Welcome back to another episode of Action Toon Bros.
Woo!
This is episode 52.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, season 5.
Finally, we got up to season 5.
Yeah, the final season.
Whew.
Oof, Magoof. So damn
Who
much.
are you?
What? Oh, me? Let me see. I am Matthew Lewis.
Well, that's good, because it'd be awkward if you were Ben Sturgeon, which is me, by the way.
that's that guy. Well, this time we didn't break into our friend Tara and Kaylee's apartments. We broke into our other friend Chris's apartment with Tara and Kaylee. So
We're accomplices.
yeah.
Wait a minute. Oh my god, you're right, because Chris isn't even here.
Yeah. We did break into his house, and hopefully he'll listen to this and find out.
He's somewhere.
Yeah, Tara and Kaylee, welcome back.
We totally didn't tie him up and put him in the closet.
Yeah, he signed up with his cats in their room, so we'll let him out if we finish. But hell yeah, series finale of... series finale.
Series finale. Well,
For these two parts, this season is the final season.
Final season, series finale.
Yeah.
Just...
Tons more new characters, or more expounded upon characters. There's some new characters in this part, because we've established everyone who's going to get established by now.
Right,
Yeah.
but yeah, just, it's been a ride, because, for all of you who are either new to the show or what, why are you starting on this episode?
We live in every single episode, but yeah, why the hell would you say that?
But for those of you who are actually new to the podcast, this was my first time watching She-Ra and the Princesses of Power.
Oh, yeah.
So, first 4 seasons, we laughed, we cried, it really moved me, but now we're on season 5, and, I guess we'll have to see, because I have to...
it's just time to cry, because this is very emotionally... Well, I was like, what was it, season 3 was like the super crazy, angsty, depressing one with fucking insane Catra at her worst.
Yeah, but, just, wow, we got this far, and, like I said, I have some opinions on this season, but we're going to be talking about it,
each episode,
but yeah, anything you want to add before?
No, She-Ra is an amazing series, and I'm glad that Stevenson got to make this, and I love everything about the show, and I can't wait to go deep dive into this season.
Seriously, yeah. Well, then
let's ready to get started? Episode 1, Horde Prime! We open up on some random village with 2 little villagers kind of just scampering and skinking around.
Mm-hmm.
We see that Adora does rescue them from a couple of Horde we just see the Horde Prime's invasion has begun.
Yes, it has begun, because we see like the white robots with the green on them and everything like that.
Along with some of the, whatever they're called, the Prime Alkalites or whatever the fuck those forms are.
Oh, what, the weird like clone guys?
Mm-hmm.
But then we see like Adora, Mermista,
they jump
and all
in and they
the
start
group.
beating the shit out of a bunch of the bots. It's a really, really cool ass fucking fight scene.
It really is. It's so great, but we get to see Adora not use She-Ra, because if you remember from season 4 finale, she destroyed the sword, so she can't be She-Ra.
Yeah, she's back to her regular old power, but everyone keeps saying like, "Hey, you gotta calm down. You're not as strong as you used to be."
Yeah, chill out. You're not She-Ra anymore.
Yeah.
Gee, that's not going to affect her in any way.
Yeah. Glimmer and Catra are stuck on the ship, and they are stuck with Horde Prime, who is the main antagonist for the season.
John Travolta from Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, but to say what do you think about his design?
Okay.
I like it a lot.
Okay.
The
well,
red and green.
Joking aside, because yes, I will die on that hill that he looks like John Travolta from Battlefield Earth.
Rat brain.
But if we go aside from the joking and stuff,
He's hot.
Yeah.
If we go aside from the joking, so yeah, you've heard it's a good design. You've heard what did you say?
It's sexy.
Yeah, you heard that. Entrapta. But I can see.
Excuse you.
Why did I fart?
She's much more like a
It's
type.
Well, it's not a bad design. It literally looks like Hordak with more eyes, more green and white, and just more unique, because obviously it's Horde Prime.
Buffer.
Yeah, buffer. Yes,
way
that's true.
way more
Long
confident.
hair. It's great.
Way more chill and confident than regular Hordak.
If you want to call that hair, I never knew what
Regular
aliens
Hordak
don't have
has a
hair
massive
like that.
complexes.
Yeah.
But I just he's 50-50 with me, because I like the design. I just don't like him. He's like typical villain.
I would say we'll talk about him as a villain.
Yeah. We'll get there.
I have some thoughts on comparisons to other characters too.
While Glimmer and Catra are on the ship, this is also when Catra actually pledges allegiance.
Yeah, because we saw at the end of the season finale last time he was about to
No, to the Prime.
To the Prime. Really?
Of the Horde.
The Prime Matrix from Transformers. No, what was it? I fucking love that series. No, the last season, he was going to kill Glimmer, but Catra, like, defended her and told her about the value that she has for Etheria and also the magic of the princesses.
Very well, little sister.
Yeah, and we see that Glimmer is captured like in a weird like little prison thing, and Catra's kind of just like, okay, how are we gonna move forward with this? We also see that we didn't mention that the actual princess group is like undercover and trying to do reconnaissance on the Horde's activity. Mm-hmm. They're kind of like on the back foot now because they completely lost the war.
Yeah, because I mean Horde Prime and everything.
Yeah. Let's see. Next, we see this is the dinner scene with Glimmer and Catra.
Oh yeah, this whole thing when Prime is just being Prime. Oh, do you like this delicacy? I stole it from a planet I destroyed.
Yeah, and they're just kind of really both upset and distressed.
This Horde Prime has really bad interior decorating because what's the color palette he chose? White and off-white and maybe a little bit of green.
So it sounds like those older millennials who like the minimalist, like, it's so clean, I love my neutrals, and here's a splash of color. And the splash of color is one fake plant in the corner.
You know, that's actually not far off, not gonna lie.
I could go on rants for days about that style of interior decorating.
Yeah.
It's a cyclical style that comes around a lot,
It's like, do you want me to feel like I've gone to the asylum? Because that's what I'm going to feel like.
Yeah.
I've gone to a vintage asylum with the padded walls, except instead of padded walls, it's still got the sharp edges so I can kill myself on
I'm going to
them.
let it go because it's hot.
That's all he has going
so
with you.
So you're going to male wife him is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? First rule, never apologize.
Yeah. But also, I guess Catra's also on that vibe because she's trying to, again, like she did with Hordak, trying to suck up to Horde Prime and say, hey, I'm useful and I can really be a benefit. But he's like, well, all of you Ethereans have too much strong connections to each other, and that's kind of a huge weakness for you all.
Yeah, you have strong connections to each other, but you need strong connections.
I don't like.
Yeah, but you need to have strong connections to me.
Yeah,
you need to be just dependent upon me, my glorious self, so I can emotionally manipulate you as well as mind control you.
Step out of the darkness and into the light.
Yeah, we see that he is going to use, or he shows Micah to Glimmer to show that he has control over her in that regard, and then for Catra, he's kind of just like, leaving like, yeah, I know you have your weakness. We'll get to that in a later episode, but we all know. Yeah. This is also intercut with Adora trying to attack a bunch of like clones by herself without her power, but everyone, like we said earlier, is very reminiscent
They're like trying to baby her.
They're also like, hey, you don't have She-Ra anymore. Hold back. Hey, you don't have She-Ra anymore. You're not just
Hey, you're not She-Ra. You're not as good as She-Ra, Adora. You're just Adora. You're not She-Ra. Jeez.
As if she wasn't intensely trained for combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, she literally wasn't born, but she literally grew up in the Fright Zone.
Yeah, she
where
also
the Horde
trained
was.
with Catra and was better than gonna make Force Captain before Catra did.
Right.
And
so it's like, oh
Catra's
gee, it's not like she can't fight or anything. What, you think she was just so dependent on She-Ra? No, she knows how to fight. Come on, guys.
Yeah, and we also see that when she does fail to take out a bunch of guys, we find out Scorpion knocked her out, so she would not get herself killed trying to fight a bunch of people on her own.
Yeah, the tail.
Yeah,
gotta love that tail.
Gotta love her.
Yeah, right.
But then she finally tells him, my plan was I was going to capture one of the clones and try to interrogate them to find out where Glimmer and presumably also Catra are. And they're like, that's actually a really good plan. And so they return, and they are going to try to figure out what to do. I think, did they capture a clone at this point?
They did, yes.
Yeah.
At this point, I believe they did capture a Horde clone.
Yep, and they do finally retreat back to Raz's sanctum, and they go back to the Whispering Woods, and their plan to interrogate this clone is where the episode ends.
Yep. Wow, that was a very quick episode.
It was a very action-y episode that didn't... It was like a lot of... Glimmer being upset inside of the tomb, or the tomb.
The tomb.
Glimmer being emotional.
Yeah, Catra trying to suck
Glimmer.
up and trying to make herself useful. We do see a lot of the inside of the Horde Prime ship. But it was like a very...
it was very more action, less talking. I mean, there was some development, there was, hey, I'm useful to you, Horde Prime. No, you're not. Yeah, I am. You make a good argument, Cat.
But also, it was a lot of entrapped, going off about space and how interested she is in what's going on and with the invasion.
technically, Entrapta speaking about space is like the first time they talk about space.
Yeah. Oh no, I think when she first learned about where Hordak was from, she also talked about her interest in like.
Well, yeah, but everyone on Etheria didn't know what space was.
Yeah.
Well, except for Entrapta, she was like the only one who knew what it was.
Yeah.
Which I found that to be fascinating.
So I think she won. Like they talked about to her about like the fact that they're trapped in Despondos, the weird dimension of that.
Yeah.
When they first, also to be fair, like the whole point was. At the end of last season, they were taken out of Despondos, put into real space, and then Horde Prime's whole army showed up. When they first saw like the stars and galaxies and everything like that, they were freaked out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, stars! Oh wait.
Yeah,
holy shit, stars! Why are those ones green and getting close? Oh shit.
Oh, those are really pretty. Why are they coming closer?
Yeah. But in terms of like season premieres, it was not as like crazy or like insane as the other ones happened in the past. I don't think.
But it got the point across.
Yeah, it got the
Horde
point.
Horde Prime is despite how I think about Horde Prime, he is an intimidating villain.
Yeah.
You find out that he has more power than he lets on. Adora has her issues that she's gonna have to deal with in her main issue that she's gonna have to deal with in the season. The fact that she has to try to cope with the fact that she's not She-Ra anymore.
Yeah, she's just
and, even though all of her friends decide to remind her of this, but Bo is still like, "Come on, we're good.
Yeah.
You don't have to be She-Ra, but you're not She-Ra."
Yeah. I need to take it easy, and she's completely. But I also love that Scorpia's actually helping the team. And she has her powers.
Yes, she has her magic in everything.
Best baby.
She really is. And I mean, Catra is like, she's being Catra, but she also starts. But with Catra's just Catra right now at this point. So, but yeah, I mean, we have something established, and it may not be as strong as other season premieres. Mm-hmm. It still gets the point across, which is the whole point of a season premiere. It's like, this is the start of everything.
Yep, she's not She-Ra anymore. She's struggling. Her friends are they're very much on the back foot again. The Horde's whooping their asses again. So.
The Horde Prime.
Yeah. Prime
like Optimus Prime.
Well, okay, we already made that Prime Matrix joke already.
Hey, you made that Prime Matrix joke.
Yeah, but also, I did like it. And also I like to see, like the inside of the ship and just seeing the whole aesthetic. I love that whole, like, trapped in the spaceship aesthetic. Was very fun.
Don't get me wrong, I like that aesthetic, but once again, I know Kaylee's thoughts on this, but my God, that man needs to get better interior design and decoration.
I'm gonna say
because he's good looking, I'll let it go.
Yes.
Yeah, the pure white and the silver neon green is not my personal favorite aesthetic, but I think it looks interesting enough, in contrast to like the forestiness of Etheria.
Yeah, but at least there's. Anyway, we've run this down to the ground already. So, oh my goodness.
Yeah, time to get on a much more interesting episode, I would say.
Yeah.
Episode 2. Launch. Hell yeah. We open up on Horde Prime doing a big, crazy, Palpatine-like hologram broadcast to all of Etheria.
Oh my God, you're right. But yeah, he's like, trust in the light. Trust in Horde Prime.
I would say, he's not as cool as the light, because the light from Young Justice is fucking
yeah, dude,
actually, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
No one can compare to the light.
The light's fucking dope.
But yeah.
No, he addresses him and saying, hey, turn over She-Ra, and your suffering will be short, and don't worry, I'll take care of everything. Adora is completely fatigued from getting knocked out by Scorpia and just the stress of all the stress.
Literally all the stress, again, coping with the fact that she's not She-Ra when everyone has to remind her.
But also she's having a dream of a weird, ghostly, magical figure that looks very much like She-Ra.
And then of course Bo is just like,
hey, making sure you're doing okay, making sure you're resting.
And of course Adora's like, yeah, I'm fine. Let me go. And Bo's like, no. You're resting.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where Adora's like, I can do things, and Bo's like, you're resting.
Yeah, but then of course Frost and Mecca are like, hey, what are you doing? We need to fight the Horde. And then what's it called? Swiftwind breaks into the rips the tent open.
Literally makes a hole in the tent, and Bo's just sitting here like, guys.
Yeah.
She needs
How are we going to save Glimmer? We got to get out of here. What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. She's like, no, everyone. We just let her rest. And then even including Entrapta also gets thrown out. Like, come on. Leave her the hell alone.
And of course, while she's taking a rest, Mermista and all the princesses are like, hey, we need to actually figure out what to do, like what we can do.
Yeah.
And of course, I think Entrapta
Comes up
is
with a
having,
plan.
well, she tries to like buddy with them, but you know, the princesses are like, you betrayed us. I'm like, guys, it's not her fault.
Yeah, but also she's like barely picking up on the fact that they don't trust her.
Well, right, because
Seemingly.
Oblivious baby.
Yeah.
and Entrapta works on a different wavelength than everyone else. And so she's like not picking up on, you know, the social connections.
Yeah, but
and
also I
everything.
think, does she come up with the plan for them to use Mara's ship to go into space at this point?
I think so, but I think actually, yeah, because I think they make that plan because like they talked about like doing some kind of technological thing to one of the spires.
Yeah, they're still trying to get information because I think that they already established that the Horde clone was completely unuseful and just like spouted a bunch of stuff about how great Horde Prime is. And they're like, okay, well, fuck this idiot.
Yeah, and then Entrapta's like, wait a minute, if we can get to a spire, I can hack into it and I can get some information.
Maybe it was the coordinates to Horde Prime ship.
Yeah, they're like the big, the big mothership kind of thing.
Yeah.
And of course, Mermista and the princesses are like, but Scorpia's like, dude, I know this one. I can vouch for her.
She can absolutely be trusted.
Yeah.
And they say, fine, they are planning, they put Marisa in charge, obviously, for who's going to lead in this crazy-ass plan.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, have you seen the others? Marisa's the only one competent.
Yeah, but the only one tough enough to actually take lead. I fucking love Marisa. She's, like, one of my favorite princesses.
So cool.
She really is.
Yeah.
She's such a little brat, and I love that. It's great.
But then meanwhile, back on Horde Prime.
Yeah, back on the ship. Catra, once again, continues just mincing around the fucking ship, running into the Horde clones who are completely kind of ignoring her. They do see that she's kind of just like... She tries to talk to Glimmer while she's in prison, but the clones are kind of like, no, leave her alone. You're not supposed to speak.
Brother sees all. He says don't go here.
Yeah. She kind of just wanders around. She finally does... I think, did she like knock one out, or how does she get to talk with one of the clones? I can't remember.
I think... I can't remember exactly. I thought... I don't remember actually.
Okay,
I know something happens because I think there's a part where
this is when we learn that while she's trying to talk to the clone, she doesn't knock it out because what happens is Horde Prime
takes
assumes
over
direct control, like in Mass Effect 2, and kind of just says like, "Hey, you two are welcome to go to the trophy room now because we're gonna espouse on like Glimmer." She just takes Glimmer there. I think only.
I think it was Glimmer only. Don't worry, it's going to be wonderful for her to see my trophies.
Yeah, they go into the room. They see all the planets he's conquered. He's kind of just saying, "Why don't you give up the planet and just like convince them to hand over the planet, hand over She-Ra?" And she's like, "Absolutely not."
Yeah, and then of course Horde Prime does what he does best. He's like, "Hey, would be a shame if," shows Micah, if this guy died," and Glimmer's like, "Wait, Dad?
Yeah.
You're alive?"
Also, no, did she not see him until now? I
know. Well, I can't remember when. I just know that he shows Micah again.
Okay,
he's like,
yeah, no,
hey.
because she went to in season 4 finale. She went to fight Catra herself. Literally the second that Bo and Adora showed up with Micah to the castle. When he
right, yeah, so this might have been the first time she actually realized it.
But also, what was it? This is when he goes on his whole speech about what he's doing and I want to eliminate all pain by making everyone, me. So, get rid of all the pain and all the suffering in the galaxy.
And of course, Glimmer's still like, I'm not going to do this. So Horde Prime's like, okay, see this guy right here? I won't kill him if you bring me She-Ra.
Yeah.
Because, apparently she's still a thing.
Yeah, and she still continues to absolutely refuse, and he's just like, all right, back to your cage.
Back to your cage.
Yeah, and this is when Adora continues to have dreams of the weird, shadowy She-Ra-like figure. This is when they finally launch their plan.
In motion.
Yeah, they actually start trying to infiltrate. They're dodging the bots and stuff, but Entrapta's short attention span and just typical neurodivergentness.
Yeah, her being too into the whole technology thing.
Yeah.
And it gets to the point where even Marissa's like, dude, why did we even bring you?
Yeah, but also she gets caught by one of the bots and she's very, very flirty with how technologically advanced they are.
God!
Very, very flirty with it.
It's so funny.
So
oh god.
close to breaking what's allowed
Yeah,
on
exactly.
technically a kid's show.
She was,
like
really horned up for the
she's
robot.
really she's trying, but not really hard because she again short attention span, neurodivergence, and stuff like that.
Yeah, but they do end up rescuing her from the robot that's about to kill her, and then this is when finally Mermista blows up at her about how awful she is and how what a liability she is to the group. And this is when she finally admits, I know that you guys are all incredibly pissed at me, and I was just hoping that maybe I could use my technology to help you guys so you guys would be less upset at me.
And she actually does admit that her her technological skills are great. Her people skills are not. Like, they don't exist, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, then again...
Because she's cute, I'll let her get away with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, damn right you're gonna let her get away with it.
I know.
She's the best.
Yeah, but she does, with her little contraption tablet and her little tuning fork thing in her hair, she does manage to climb the tower and hack it.
Oh, well, after saying she can do fill in the blank with this, but then she realizes nobody knows what the fuck she just said, so she literally does that thing where she's talking slowly
Like baby talk.
and with small words, and everyone's just like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Adora just finally speaks with her weird She-Ra vision about why she's such a fuck up and how upset she is, and she wishes that maybe she shouldn't have destroyed the sword. But the vision doesn't say anything, and she's like, oh, fine, whatever. She finally wakes up, and Marisa tells her that it was a success, that they are going, the Horde bearing down on the group. Let's see.
And of course, Marisa's like, hey, Entrapta, you alright?
Yeah. We see that their Horde is going to be sending more troops to Etheria very, very soon. And Adora says, okay, I need to, with my friends, and even without the power of She-Ra, I need to get my shit together, and we are going to take this fight to him.
And then the episode, I believe, ends.
Oh, no, wait, no. They finally get the ship. They're going to start heading towards there. Everyone is going to stay behind, including Swiftwind, Scorpia, Perfuma, Mermista. They're all going to stay on Etheria to defend it because more people are coming. And they fight off a huge horde of robots as they board the ship, and they're going to take off to the ship with just Bo and Entrapta because she would know how to fly the goddamn
right,
thing.
yeah.
And Adora herself.
Yeah, and Adora, yep.
Yeah.
Those three. It's kind of like the best friend squad. But not
really. No, I would say Entrapta's the least attacked of that group, I think.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, it's a very, very fun episode. Also, I love that this one of the people said this is when they most overtly acknowledge that Entrapta is definitely neurodivergent and has possibly some form of autism.
Yeah.
That affects her ability to communicate with the rest of the group. And also, the whole, Mermista blowing up at her because of that issue was, a really, interesting way of handling that. People who aren't, able to communicate with those kind of people, getting upset with them about all the actions that they have taken and but she's important and crucial to the group, and she does want to help.
Yeah.
And just her way of expressing that, I thought that was very, very well handled.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Chris.
Yeah, good friend.
He is on the spectrum, at least. Mm-hmm. And there are some things, when I first met him, there were some things that I didn't understand, because then again, I had just gotten to college and I didn't know things about that.
Yeah.
So over time, rather than talking to him about it and stuff, I too would get upset, what the hell is going on, kind of thing. So when Mermista blew up at Entrapta, I kind of remembered me getting upset because I didn't understand why Chris did certain things.
Yeah.
But then obviously as time came by, I actually understood a little bit more. I'll admit I'm not fully understanding of it. There are things still from time to time that I still don't understand. But the fact is you can't just blow up and just yell at them about things like that. You just kind of talk it out, kind of thing. But yeah, this episode really did show that was a thing, and just showed that even with someone who has no clue as to what's going on, blows up, it still can work out in the end, kind of thing.
Yeah,
it doesn't. It's not an instant it's over kind of thing.
Yeah, I also like that it was, of course, if anyone was going to blow up about it, of course, it would have been a Mermista.
Well, yeah, because Perfuma wasn't going to.
No, Perfuma's trying to make good, and she's actually literally trying to be her handler, and wraps a vine around her, has one of those kid toddler leashes on her for half the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Scorpia,
Perfuma's the mom friend.
Of course, she's the
really
most nice, most forgiving of any of them. Scorpia is trying to vouch for her the best she can, because Scorpia was on the bad team as well, but she's just no, Entrapta's
Yeah.
You're like vouching for her. Frosta was kind of just like, I don't know about this.
Frosta was just Frosta. It's like,
yeah, but I absolutely love that it was. Of course, it would have been entrapped, and I love her responses are completely understandable as someone who wouldn't understand how to deal with someone like that, but also as a general short-tempered person that she is.
Yeah.
Mermista just.
Autism does run in my family on my mom's side, so I have 2 autistic cousins and a bajillion other ADHD. So like sometimes I kind of take for granted that I usually understand, at least to a lesser extent, a lot of those weird quirks. They don't even faze me anymore because like I grew up with them.
Right. Yeah.
And like I have to remember sometimes people need more explanation for such and such thing, or they don't want to listen to you ramble on and on about one particular weird fact you found online.
Oh yeah.
So it's nice to see, like, this obviously came from writers in the writers' room who had experience, whether it was from either point of view, dealing with a situation like this.
Absolutely. Yeah, and again, just when a show like handles a situation like that,
Of course.
you can easily tell whether or not they like either they know what they're doing with it or not. And this one, most certainly, they knew what they were doing. Like Tara, like you said, Tara, it's like someone on the team or like maybe a few people had dealt with that before, and so they knew how it needed to be handled, kind of thing. And it's so good to see that like some shows actually, either doing research or just knowing how to do that so they can portray it in a positive light, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good when a show does that.
It's very, very good writing for a character, and also like it was like for most people's fans, I mean, it was pretty like obvious from her first introduction episode, like the way that she was living completely secluded from like the 3 like servants that were supposed to be helping her. Yeah, the tiny foods, the obsession with technology, and like completely exclusion from all the other princesses. No one was able to get into Drill, her main kingdom. And it was like, yeah, it was very like, people were like, oh, is she? But it was like, yeah, fairly clear, and I'm glad that they finally addressed someone's reaction to it, who's like outside of that group and already does not like her very much. So
right, yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was a very, very fun, interesting way of handling it.
Of course, I also found it weird how they were able to kind of accept Scorpia very quickly into the group.
Yeah, Scorpia.
And Scorpia was evil for a good majority of the time, but the group already knew Entrapta. When she left and then came back, they were like,
well, I think only
I think
only Adora
Scorpia,
and Bo and Glimmer were the ones who knew that she wasn't there. Like, that she thought, she only was there because they. I don't think the other princesses knew that. So all they were going off.
But at the same time, they knew Scorpia was evil, but she came over to the good side.
I was gonna say Scorpia oozes kindness and friendship to an absurd degree. I think anyone in her presence for more than 10 seconds, like Frost was just like, I love you. After seeing her for like 5 seconds, she was like, you're the best. Perfuma, they're freaking flirtiness from like from a minute ago, even though she's stunning Perfuma. Like, she is so gushing kindness and like camaraderie and hugs and like, I only want to do good, but also she's also kind of stupid. And it's just like,
she's not capable of
like a stranger
against
who's that personality was much easier for them to accept than a like quote unquote friend who like I said, Mermista probably didn't like to begin with, to accept her back into the group. But yeah, that's why like also I know that what's called Chapta is one of your favorite people. I know she's also Chris's favorite. I think in the show.
Yeah,
I love Entrapta.
Entrapta's wonderful.
Yeah, Entrapta's the best.
It's also just like, well, if you know that that's the thing though, it's like you kind of know that Entrapta doesn't plot evilly, so why are you treating her like she's evil?
Yeah.
When you already can see that she just doesn't give a shit about anything. She doesn't care about people. So you already know she doesn't care. So why are you treating her like she's this secretly evil person when you're like, here, have this technology, and she's like,
I guess the only reason.
Let me lick it.
I guess I'm gonna guess that the only reason why they treated her that way was because they needed to have a plot to go.
No, I was gonna say that.
But the thing that they wanted to focus on was just the fact that she went to the Horde side kind of thing. I guess you obviously are gonna correct me on this, but but I guess like they needed some form of like conflict that ended up making like them like it, like for a part of the story or something.
No, I would say even all the way back in season 1, Princess Prom, one of the greatest episodes of this whole series. When the Horde showed up, Catra and Scorpia in full evil guy mode to Frosta's party. When they were sneaking around, we got to keep an eye on them. The first thing Adora did was say, Entrapta, you're here. She's like, yeah, I'm just absorbing people to see what their activities are like. And they're like, we gotta watch out for the Hordes. Just blank stare. You're like, the Horde, the evil guys taking over the kingdom, blank stare. The bad guys, like, they're over there, I guess. Whatever. So they knew from before when she was on their side that she's very indifferent to the entire conflict. But now, and also she's not able to express that she does feel regret. I don't think at any point. That's another reason that Mermis is kind of against her. She never shows any regret regarding that, but but she says explicitly, I know I'm not able to communicate this very well, but I want you guys to forgive me, and I'm trying to use technology to do that. And they just don't understand that, and that's why they don't forgive her. And then as opposed to, like I said, Scorpia, who's there crying and giving hugs and saying, I love you all, and I never meant to be evil, and please don't hurt Catra, I love her too. And just really ingratiating herself in a very clear and explicit and friendly and understandable way. As opposed to Entrapta, who a lot of them don't already care for.
Okay, thanks.
I also wanted to say, on that same exact note, because Kimmy's it doesn't make sense. You're thinking logically.
No.
Most people, I point this out to her all the time. Most people think emotionally.
Yeah.
Scorpio comes off much stronger from an emotional standpoint as being apologetic and being friendly. And Entrapta just looks like she's oblivious to everything, and sometimes she is, but she didn't do the whole traditional format of, I'm going to apologize for my actions and say what it is that I did wrong. She did the, can't go back, gonna go forward, gonna use technology to help my friends. But she didn't address that with them. So, one thing I will say for Marista is she doesn't act like it. She acts like she's so cool and above it all. But, she's definitely an emotional type. She does have strong emotions that guide her actions. So, she never got that emotional acknowledgement from someone like Entrapta, who's very logic-based, even if she's all over the place and scatterbrained.
I will say Marissa is very much those the normal people out there.
Neurotypicals?
Yeah, the normal people.
Mm-hmm.
Quote unquote normal. She kind of does remind me of the quote unquote normal. People who will just attack anyone that just doesn't fit into her bubble.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, I'm... Maybe just because I love Marissa, but at the same time, I don't like Marissa, just because,
yeah.
I think her world is just black and white. It's either you're this way or that way, and if you're not one of those two, then you just don't get near her.
It does seem to be like that with her from time to time, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that point.
But also she has her own thing with look at her taste in men, freaking Seahawk. Both simultaneously the worst and the best.
Okay. In Marmista's defense, how can you not
Who's
like...
not?
Yeah, how can you not
that's why I
like
said simultaneously
But
the worst
at
and
the
the
same
best.
time, she seems to go after people who are typically, I want to say, weaker than her.
Oh, yeah.
So she can at least have some way of controlling them. So when she can't exactly control someone, she immediately tries to get rid of them.
Yeah.
I can see that point.
Because Perfuma she's very non-confrontational, so she'll just kind of mix in with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get mad at Frosta because she's still a child.
Yeah.
And Scorpia can't get mad at her.
Can't get mad at her. But because Entrapta is just I don't understand you. I like this thing. And Marmista's I don't like you because you're fucking weird.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if anything at all, that's the main thing, is that Entrapta, it just comes off as incredibly weird to Marmista, and she's just I don't want to deal with it, and I'm still upset at you. Which is, it's
definitely emotional thinking, and it's not necessarily fair to Entrapta. But at least they give her that second of growth to be you know what, okay, I acknowledge you are useful and you're okay. You apologize in your own weird way.
Maybe that's just because I understand Entrapta, because I'm yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
She's showing she's sorry by fixing things and let her fix it.
Right, yeah.
It's I understand, because there are times where I just skip over certain things because I'm I don't fucking deal with emotions. Here I am, I'm trying to make this better. but you didn't say you're sorry. I did all this shit for you. How am I not sorry?
Yeah.
But now you're just making me mad.
Again, I can see your point on that because it's like it's very black and white. Like if you're going to be sorry, say you're sorry kind of thing, or else don't try at all. But with Entrapta,
that's the thing.
But with
Entrapta, a lot of people can say sorry.
Exactly.
Because they feel awkward saying sorry, or they're like, I don't know how to say sorry to you. Because if I just say I'm sorry, I'm going to come off not sounding like I'm sorry.
Right.
But if I don't do anything to try and make up for it, then you're going to think that I'm just an ass. Even though it's like, I did like this many things for you guys, I'm trying to show you that I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do I have to actually say I'm sorry?
Oh, hey, it all comes down to love language. If your love language is gift giving, if it's compliments, if it's acts of service, if it's quality time, that's, how you express and how you like it expressed to you is always very different between people.
And for Entrapta, it's most certainly
it's definitely
service.
Yeah, it's definitely acts of service, which is probably not for Mermista as comparatively to what you would like from her.
Yeah. And the only problem in having different types of languages comes when you assume that everybody's going to automatically do the same way as you are, and if they're not expressing it in the way that you see it, that they aren't appreciative of you. So it's like you almost have to be aware people express the way they care in different ways and find out what that way is and work with them. So I feel like this was a moment of where they kind of got to learn, like Entrapta got to learn, okay, I have to talk about these things because they won't read between the lines with me, and Mermista got to learn, okay, she works on a little bit of a different wavelength, but that doesn't mean that I can't trust her. She's just weird in her own way, and I gotta kind of live with that.
Yeah.
Very good episode for both. Like, even if Mermista in this episode was just reactionary, it was a very good episode to learn more about Entrapta and learn more about Mermista.
It really was.
Yeah, but
ready
to move on to the next episode?
Yep. What is this?
Episode 3. Corridors. Was there another episode named this earlier, or am I thinking of just like the first season when they were?
There might have been.
Together?
I don't remember.
I mean, it sounds vaguely familiar.
I like this episode.
I think it had.
Yeah.
But this time we started off on Horde Prime Rib's ship.
Where
Catra's like, dude.
Once again, still just wandering around the ship aimlessly.
Literally like, dude, why you guys don't have to follow me? Oh, but we have to because Lord Prime Short Rib said so.
Yeah.
But then one of the clones is like, hey, you should get back.
She's maneuvering to get rid of the two that are following her. She finds one by herself, like, what are you doing here, Catra?
What are you doing here, Catra? And she's like, wait a minute. All of them don't call me that. They call me Little Sis. You're Hordak, aren't you?
Yeah, the Hordak, my Hordak from the planet.
Yeah, you're the Hordak that I know. And of course, there's like an internal struggle with that Hordak.
But then he goes back to normal, saying, "Go back to where you're supposed to be."
Please do not go into this unauthorized location, little sister.
Yeah, he goes back to calling where he's supposed to. And this one again, she visits Glimmer and kind of taunts her behind the screen, saying, "Oh man, what do you like? I can't believe we're stuck up here together." And then they kind of just both reminisce about their quality time with Adora, which is very, very cool. Right.
And of course, one of the things is when Glimmer's like talking about how they went to the kitchen and stole cakes and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's cute. And even like Catra's is like, we kind of had those.
Yeah, like they're kind of the brown squares to the gray squares.
Yeah, right. The whole gray square. I thought it was gray and black squares.
I thought it was gray and brown. I'm pretty sure.
Was it brown? Either way, they're just colored squares.
But anyway, also they talk about like how she still thrashes around in her sleep and like how adorable Adora is.
Can she just not like calm down? And they both have a giggle at that.
Yeah. But meanwhile, on the ship, Entrapta kind of tells them that I'm trying to figure out how this thing works, and the ship does shut down to maintain power during the long trip travel. There's someone else who found out that Entrapta named the ship Darla, and they're just kind of like, okay, weird.
Yep, I named the ship Darla. Hello.
They both Entrapta and Adora are trying to figure out ways to fix it, but they keep fucking everything up.
And Bo's like, guys, stop touching things. Oh, but I can fix Darla. I know how to do the things. Entrapta, no. Adora, I'm helping. Smashes things. No, you're not. But yeah, of course, as those shenanigans are happening, Horde Prime summons
Catra. You sounded like a sheep.
What?
Do you have any idea what we're talking about? I legit don't. Yeah, I bleeded. Oh wow! Hey,
Nice.
don't worry. That'll be something to laugh at when I
Yeah,
hear it on the recording.
recording.
Well, as
Yeah,
that stuff's
he brings
happening.
Catra into his room
Yep.
for their mandatory chastising conversation that he has with all of his 2 prisoners.
And then he's like, yes,
Yeah,
by
yeah.
the way, I know you like talking to that princess, so, you're gonna keep talking to the princess.
Yeah, and also he finds out he and his people detected Mara's ship leaving Etheria and saying, "What's this about? What is this over here?" And he's like,
What's all this then?
yeah, what's all this then?"
What's all this then? Yep.
And she's
perfect.
kind of like, "I have no idea what that is. I don't know what that's about." And so he's like, "Okay, well, you go question Glimmer about what this thing is."
Actually, before he says go and do that, he brings in the other Hordak, the one who actually called her by name. Yeah, this is that part.
Oh,
Where he's like,
it is
like,
that part.
Yep, it's that part where he's like, oh, by the way, this one decided to tell me that he accidentally, like, you're giving him some trouble. Why did I call her by name? Why do I have these memories? It's okay. We'll purge you of all of this. And literally, like, fucking cult chanting and everything like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
Horde
so
Prime, Horde
creepy.
Prime.
It actually is. And, like, they, like, kind of bathe him, like, connect with... I forget what they did exactly, but they literally, like, fucking mind wipe him into being...
Factory reset.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much.
Except, that's a person. So, like, it's creepy because that's a person, not a laptop.
Yeah, and also like we offhandedly do quickly in like a couple episodes from now find out what the hell that green stuff is. It's a very like weird answer what the hell it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's for later. He tells her, "Yeah, go question him, or I'm going to do this to you, probably."
And of course, hey, you do this thing, or else.
Yeah, and then she goes back and once again bonds with Glimmer with like the food and just kind of talking about.
Yeah, like actually got one of those cakes that they were talking about.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, you should totally do the thing for Horde Prime and tell me some information.
Yep.
It was like, no.
Which is like, well, you should know that they already left and they're on their way here to rescue you in a ship. So why don't you just tell me? And she's like, no, she'll rescue both of us. She's like, there's no way in hell. They're here. They're probably just here for you, and they're gonna probably try to kill me if they find out that I'm here. And she's just like, no, we need to work together. I think this is when she finally talks about the heart of Ethereal.
Yeah, like Hordak Prime. Sorry, Hordak Prime. Yeah, like Prime's gonna use the whole like heart of Etheria maybe
Yeah, they
and stuff
mentioned
like
it,
that.
yeah,
And of course it's just like oh no, the heart of Etheria, the thing that was already used.
Yeah. Back on the ship, continue to be fun shenanigans with Entrapta and Adora just smashing the ship to pieces.
No.
Oh, yeah?
This is the part where Entrapta's not there. Adora and Bo are sitting there figuring things out, and Adora and Bo find out that Entrapta somehow made a suit to go out in
A
space.
spacesuit, yeah.
Yeah, make like an astronaut spacesuit, and she's making the repairs from the outside.
Yep.
What are you doing? Hey, look, it's Entrapta. Hey, look, it's just me in this suit, a very thin layer separating me from the cold vacuum of space. I'm like, isn't it exciting? I'm just sitting here like, when you put it that way,
She's so silly.
she really is.
Yeah, they...
Oh, you silly child.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Catra goes back to them and she explains to Horde Prime what the ship is and what they're probably on their way to do. And this is when she kind of starts having flashbacks to also we forgot, like, interspersally from the beginning, and now they keep cutting back to Adora and Catra when they were kids in the Horde, and like she's really pissed off because Adora was nice to Lonnie, and she's saying like, "No, Lonnie's gonna be your best friend. You're gonna forget all about me." And it's just like a Catra.
Oh yeah, kid cat.
Abandonment
kid
issues, Catra, like from the get-go. And it's just very, very adorable. We also see her like kind of lash out at Adora and scratch her face, but Adora, being the consummate friend that she is, completely just like, no, come on, I'll always like, I'll be friends with you. And like they kind of hug and make up. But then again, she says like, okay, yeah, you, me, and Lonnie will all be friends. And then like Catra literally shoves her, stomps on her stomach, and like runs off because she's just a permanent little shit.
Yeah, permanent little shit. But she cares. She's a shit
tries
that
to,
cares.
but she's just very protective and like, coveted or jealous or like only wants Adora to be with her. And she's like really shitty about it. Back to the present, she realizes, I probably need to get... also, at one point, they do see the Horde clones using a teleporter to land on the surface of Etheria. And this is when she gets the plan. She kind of goes back to Glimmer, knocks out her guards and says, I'm going to get you out of here.
Yeah, we're getting out of here.
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
gonna say
why? Dude, shut up. You want out?
Yeah, shut up.
Then
And she
shut up
says,
and
like, I'm going to
get
do this one thing correctly.
not yet. I think she says that towards the end of the saving.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, they're running through the corridor, beating up some of the clone troopers, just trying to get to the transportation pad to try to.
Did you just call them clone troopers?
Yeah, clone troopers.
Oh lord. But yeah, they're doing like not very Metal Gear Solid because they're fighting things and trying to get to the teleporter.
Yeah, they finally get to the radio thing and contact the Mara's ship, and like while they finally get the ship up and running. They get the transmission from Catra, and they're like surprised that Catra's alive and on the Horde ship.
And they're like, "Wait, what are you?" And Catra's just like, "Shut up and listen. I have your sparkly friend over here. Can you get to these coordinates?"
Yeah, and then she's kind of just like, "Get your friend out of here." And they kind of, what are you talking about? She does manage to send Glimmer through. I think is she in the decompression chamber or something like that?
No. She's actually out in space.
Okay, yeah.
But then Bo, I think, has the spacesuit and like actually gets her and brings her back in.
Yeah.
But before like the communication stopped, Catra actually just apologizes.
She's like, "Well, listen, like Adora, I'm sorry." As she being like taken away by all the Horde things. The Horde Prime clone troopers. Yeah, they give her they give the coordinates and then they put the ship around where she's going to be teleported at.
Yep.
And they do manage to capture her just in time. This episode ends with Prime saying like, "Oh, I can't believe you betrayed us, little sister. Well, don't worry, we'll fix that.
Wait, we'll fix that. Don't worry. We'll catch her." It's like, yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll get her back. We'll get She-Ra, and she's like, "Huh, you're never gonna win." And that is when the episode ends. Now, this is
Catra finally doing a good guy thing.
This is like the official beginning of her redemption. Trying to do one good thing before presumably she thinks she's going to just end up dying. And it's just such a fun little thing of her finally realizing that she's always been shitty to Adora. And this is like, we're going to see more like quote-unquote redemption stuff in the future, but this is the moment where she realizes, I've always been a shithead.
Where she admits
and also, I was watching like one of those like review adaptation or like summary things talking about how the good thing about this redemptive moment isn't like other people convincing her and she's like talking to her. She literally comes to it on her own and decides on her own volition to do something really good, even if it's not going to help her at all, just to like save another person and like save the good team. Really, just open a goddamn can.
Dude, we did it in Arcane show.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to be quiet about it.
Also, but like it's just like the goodness of this redemptive thing is that she's choosing to do it herself and she's acting on her own.
Right, and it's much better than having someone talk to you. If you can actually realize it yourself, I feel like that's going to be much better for the healing process.
Yeah.
But in this case, she finally admitted it after four seasons and a few episodes.
Of being like the biggest shithead ever. The loudest fucking snap ever.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what do you think I'm going to do?
That's all the air before just snapping. Whatever. Fuck the can. Catra saying...
Don't do that.
Don't do that, actually. Right?
I wanted to say that, but I was like, no, that's too easy. And then both of you say it.
Yeah. But no, I like that there's her redemptive moment, not arc or anything yet, but is that, like I said, her doing of her own volition, coming to that conclusion, kind of doing a self-sacrifice to save not even her best friend, but her best friend's friend.
The friend of her best friend.
Yeah, just to get her out of there because she realized she was always being a piece of shit, and Adora can care about other people besides her, and she's really fucked up this whole thing. It was just very enjoyable to see her finally get that shit.
It really was, yeah. And I mean, Tara said it. I'm gonna say it again. Just that fucking scene with the fucking cult thing and the reconverting Hordak back to the side. Holy shit, dude!
Someone actually looked up cults.
Yeah, it was very, very cool. I heard
Someone looked up the Jamestown.
The Jamestown.
You mean Jonestown?
Jonestown starts with a J.
Yeah, Heaven's
Gate.
Town. Also, probably the Manson clan.
Heaven's Gate and all those crazy cult things. They're so fucking fascinating.
Disgusting but fascinating.
Yeah. Scientology. That's most appropriate for this one. Just like you said earlier with what was that movie?
Yeah, Scientology's a great analogy.
What was the one you said earlier, John Travolta?
Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield Earth.
Like that.
Made by L. Ron Hubbard.
A movie by L. Ron Hubbard. Kind of reminds me of like baptisms and shit.
Yeah.
It kind of was.
Yeah, it was such a fun it was such an intense episode, and I love that more flashbacks to little kid Adora and Catra are always very, very cute.
God, so
But yeah, I really love this one. This is one of my favorites because it's, like I said, the beginning of her redemption, and also just like Horde Prime finally losing, them finally getting the best friend squad back together. It was so fucking good.
Yeah. Speaking of getting the best friend squad back together, might as well go right into the next episode.
Oh yeah, a short mid-discussion because there's we have a lot more to talk about in the future. But yeah.
Episode 4, right?
Stranded.
Speaking of the best friend squad,
yeah.
back on Mara's ship, we see, Darla.
Yeah, Darla.
We see Adora is like, oh, Glimmer, like, what happened? Things are going weird, and Glimmer's like, yeah, Catra told me she wanted to do that one good thing in her entire life, and so she saved me and brought me here. So, everything was just so... And of course, as she's trying to talk, Bo's just
She also says, she apologizes for activating the Heart of Etheria.
Right, and of course...
The whole thing for the whole fucking planet getting fucked up, and also her needing to destroy the Shira Sword at all, is because Glimmer was convinced by Shadow Weaver to go to Light Hope and activate the Heart of Etheria, which would have destroyed the planet in an attempt to stop Catra and the Horde.
Right.
So it was her fault, and she's very I'm apologetic about it, but Bo is very, very, very...
Bo is not having it for the first time ever.
For this episode.
Yeah, he's not having it, but, Adora's like, hey, it's all good, it's all fine, we got this. You already have a can over there.
Tempting.
Oh, okay.
But acknowledging what's happening in the real...
I understand why Bo is kind of this way, because he had to deal with her throughout their childhoods together, so he kind of knows that she doesn't really think, but even when she does think, she's already warned multiple times, hey, if you do this, it's not gonna go the way that you want it to.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, and in the past, when a big decision like this had come up, it she would after a while she finally would be okay, yeah, ultimately agreeing with her friends. This was the first time she made a big decision on the opposite end. It
wasn't even just that. It was she decided to listen to a person she didn't know that well, who already showed that she didn't care about other human beings in general, who is essentially the reason why Adora's don't get close to her because she's going to do shit.
Yeah, she was warned. I mean, Adora herself was yeah, that one.
It's I'm not jealous that she's now going after you. The only reason why she's going after you is because you have power that she can seek from. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But she's don't listen to her, because whatever you're going to do and you actually do it, it's going to be bad. And of course Adora's it's fine. And Bo's just it's not fine. It is not fine.
Yeah,
but Bo multiple times not to do something, and she still fucking did it anyways. We already had to go through one catastrophic thing, so she knows what it's going to be like if the world ends. She knows how important She-Ra is, and she still did it anyways.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is kind of a culmination of the entire Season 4 Glimmer arc, which we said, that was her... Still in character, but her at her worst.
Yeah.
That entire season was her going against the best friend squad's best interests, kind of trying to
being
rule,
selfish,
but yeah,
really.
being selfish, being kind of short-sighted, trying to be a ruler, but now pissing everyone off in the process. And it's kind of her finally back saying, "Yay, I'm back," and then Adora's just "Yeah, fuck it, I forgive you because I forgive all my friends." And Bo's kind of just no, she was really fucked up. This is
because he's
you can't just pretend it didn't happen!
Yeah, we already kind of went through the end of the world once. And that was just with Hordak. And you know what's going to happen if that crap actually happens. And because of you, we lost not just our home, but now we're in deeper trouble. And we don't have the one key to actually help us get out of this. Because you decided to not listen to anybody and do it on your own. No. I'm not going to forgive you.
Yeah, that's we are going to go into that for the rest of the episode, but initially, it's just him being weirdly distant, and then Entrapped busting in saying, "Hey, we're out of fuel, the ship's about to fucking crash."
Hey, we're out of fuel. Oh, by by the way, hi, Glimmer. This is Darla. Robot voice. Hello.
Like, I understand, Bo, because if one of my friends also did that, I'd be like, I don't want to be your friend.
100%.
Yeah, like I'm not against that thinking because
like,
I agree with you. Bo
I
is
don't want to
in
be
the
your friend.
Yeah, right.
Because you basically didn't listen to me for months.
Yeah, and again, I'm not against that thinking because in this episode, Bo is 100% in the right with how he's feeling like that
Like,
because
I'm even kind of upset Adora just immediately swept it underneath the rug because it's like, oh yeah, you're back, you're fine, and then Bo's like, that's cool, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Also, we saw him. He was tired. Season 4, like he had the whole great episode with Seahawk about how exhausted he was trying to keep this fucking team together, and that was like in the middle of Glimmer's like whole asshole arc in that season. He was just like, I'm completely tired of all of this shit. You guys never listened to me. We're always at each other's throats. Like the whole season, he was just trying to. And he was so sick and tired.
Because the whole time, Glimmer would just pick and prod at Adora, and Adora's like, "Why are you doing this to me?" And it's like, because you basically killed my mother. It's like your mother chose to kill herself,
to save everybody.
Yeah, your mom sacrificed herself. Yeah,
I didn't have the choice. I was gonna do it myself, but your mother realized that. She's important, but she's not as important as She-Ra.
Yeah.
That is what it came down to. Angela knew that if she essentially trapped She-Ra in this really weird realm, that they're going to be in trouble later. Angela, thinking like the queen that she is, was like, what's better, my daughter having a mom,
but the entire world
being in jeopardy, or my daughter having a friend and being able to know that her mother sacrificed herself for the good of the world. Instead, Glimmer, who essentially was already like, she was kind of rebellious, but who was already going against her mom to begin with, didn't show appreciation to her mom whatsoever, and basically kind of ignoring her mom through a good majority of the show. When she suddenly lost her mom, she's like, well, it's your fault, Adora. And then Adora's like, no, it's not.
Right.
It's not my fault.
Yeah. Well, also, Adora has a long history of forgiving nigh unforgivable people. Like,
I know.
The amount of attention she gives Catra is, like, absurd. And so, like, Glimmer was a bit of an asshole, but it's fine. And Bo's like, oh, this is the first time I've ever been betrayed by a friend. And she's like, oh, you get used to it. Unfortunately. For Adora. Yeah, for Adora, that's how it is.
If I was in Adora's shoes, I would immediately cut my relationship with Catra like long ago. I would have been like, okay, you're not going to be helpful later or ever, so get away from me.
And this is why you were not Adora.
I know. Because if I was Adora, I'd be like, you're stupid as shit.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you.
Dude,
for like
at this point, if you were Adora, it would just be you and Bo and Entrapta on the ship right now.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I would have just let Glimmer
Yeah,
die.
quite literally, yeah.
I've been like, she's not helping.
But we got way off topic.
I know, but still, like, I still hate the fact that Adora just swept it underneath the rug. And it's like, I get it, Adora. You've had friends with horrible people, and you let them step all over you. It's fine. But you also got to realize that Bo is just like, why do I have to? Why do I have to, forgive you?
Yeah. Even after a sick-ass bros night out with Seahawk, he's still like, I'm still not... at the end of that episode, he was like, yeah, we're friends again, and then, like, immediately the two of them give, like, we hate each other look, and he's just like, God damn it. I think it's, like, the last time he was, like, with them, I think, like, almost, he's like, you two are insufferable, but, yeah, Glimmer, you're in the wrong.
Meanwhile, back on Etheria.
Oh, yeah, we gotta cut back to the coolest thing ever, fucking Swiftwind.
Because,
goddamn Swift.
Scorpion's like, gotta get that beauty sleep, we all gotta be good and rested. And then sees Swiftwind standing alone. Just, hey buddy, how you doing? Oh, just watching out for bad guys and everything. Oh, come on.
Yeah, come on.
What's really wrong? I can keep a secret.
Yeah.
Like that one time. Oh, what was it? Kyle has a crush on Rogelio. No, seriously. I'm really good at secrets. You can tell me.
Yeah.
And then he reveals about the connection with
She-Ra.
She-Ra
Their
and how
sacred bond is not functioning because she's so far away.
Right, yeah. And
But
he's like, oh, he's worried about her. And, Scorpion's just like, because he's like, I try to look at all of these stars, but I can't find one. And Scorpio does what Scorpio does best. well, maybe you haven't found the right one. Maybe that one. Maybe that one. No, that's a moon. And no, that's a moon too. And that. Wow, we have a lot of moons here, don't we? And, but then Swiftwind, she made him feel better.
Yeah,
because
it says, why don't you just like broadcast your thoughts out? I'm sure she'll find them. Just keep thinking out to her. This is like the whole plot with them. If they gang on the best friend squad on the ship, they do find an alien planet that's kind of like degraded and kind of like falling apart.
Yes, and the reason why they're going there is because, like you said earlier, ship's running out of fuel and they need
fuel crystals.
Yeah, fuel crystals, and apparently this planet has them. Except for...
They learn that this is what happens to planets that Horde Prime destroys.
Because all there is on the surface, there's nothing but desolate land and like an old spire.
Yep. They land on it and they kind of collapse into this crazy giant cave with a number of actual fuel crystals, and they're like, oh, hell yeah, we found them.
Well, no, they didn't find the pink ones yet.
Oh, no, these aren't the specific one we need to find. So they're going to try to find and explore, and this is when they run into the Star Siblings.
Yep, all of the stars. You got Tall Star, Jewel Star, Black Star.
Yeah, Starla.
Starla.
It's Starla, Tall Star, and Jewel Star.
And Glory, the owl. The owl falcon. And Glory. Why couldn't you be like Star Glory or Glory Star?
So dumb.
But yes, Adora finds them first because as they fell down, Entrapta stays on the ship. To fix Darla, but
yes, quality time with like the suggestive eyebrows and a bunch of tools.
Well, just her getting very seductive with technology, and then literally getting all of the sharp tools out. Again, further proving Tara's point that she pushes the boundaries way so much.
Yeah.
But as they're down in the bottom, Glimmer and Bo get separated from Adora.
Yeah, and this is when they kind of finally do the confrontation of him telling her that, like, you didn't listen to us, you activated the heart, I didn't forgive you. He kind of blows up. And we must have missed that they do meet up with the Star Siblings, they fight, and we do find...
Yeah, the Star... before the Star Siblings, that's... Bo and Glimmer have their, like, little spat kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Adora finds the Star Siblings, who
we also forgot about the bit where Adora's like falls down the cave, like, hey, I see a light down here, I'm gonna go into it. And then
go into the light! It's not that kind of a light.
Very cute scene.
But yeah, Adora finds the Star Siblings, who immediately start attacking her. And are you with the Horde? It's complicated. No, I'm like, Adora, stop, stop and think. Look, are you with Horde Prime? No. Are you? No. Then why are we hitting each other? It's like, that's a good point.
Yeah, they kind of gang up. They talk about how their planet was destroyed by Horde Prime, and they're kind of with the Resistance. Or did they give up already on the Resistance idea?
Adora's like, hey, we have a resistance for Horde Prime. And the Star Trios is like, no. Have you seen up there on the surface? It's not going to work.
Yeah, that's what it's like. We're just going to get our fuel and get the hell out of here. They continue to try to explore the cave.
Actually, before they even do some exploring, you see Bo and Glimmer appear, and and the Star Siblings go to attack it. The door's like, no, these are friends of mine. Oh, okay, that's cool. And then all of a sudden, Entrapta runs in. Wait, get her! No, she's a friend too. How many friends do you have? and Entrapta's like, hey. So, there's some seismic activity going along, because while they were underground, there was, like, earthquakes. And, of course, Adora's like, yeah, we already knew. And Entrapta's like, but I was able to time them, and the big one's coming soon.
Yep. And they need to get the fuel crystals as soon as possible.
Yep.
Anyway.
But, of course, they're traveling, and they finally get to see one of the big... pink gems is what they want for the fuel cells, but it's over a large gap. And knowing that there's earthquakes, another earthquake coming, Adora's like, hey, we can use one of these crystal pillars as a bridge. We can knock it loose with the earthquake, and then we can just crawl over and get it.
Yeah,
and it works until the earthquake was bigger than they anticipated.
Yeah, and it starts actually destroying the cavern, and they are going to be trapped inside. I think one of the Star Siblings, the one with the mechanical arms, does their arms get, like, destroyed trying to hold up the thing?
One of them is because Adora starts to hold up the collapse thing, but I forget which one it is, but with the mechanical arms, she starts helping too, but then her arm, like, gets a little damaged out there, and Glimmer gets on the other side, but the others are, like, not on the side with the crystal, so Glimmer's like, look, Bo, trust me, I got this. And of course, Bo kind of does. Like, I think it's more reluctantly than anything. So, she starts gathering and starts going up to the crystal at least. But since the cave-in's getting much worse, Adora's like, no, I can't let this happen. And out of nowhere, she gets a power boost.
Yeah, she's kind of glowing with her vague rainbowy powers, and she does manage to lift the huge, giant, like, rubble and crystals out of the way to save the rest of the party. And this is when the Star Siblings are like, oh shit, is that magic? Fucking magic hasn't been in the galaxy in a while because Horde Prime keeps destroying it wherever he goes.
Yep, and then Glimmer does a thing and then, like, falls off, but Bo catches her kind of thing. Yeah, he saves her and kind of they make up. Kind of, yeah, but in the heat of the moment, at least. And of course, they're like, "Hey, Glimmer, are you okay?" She reveals she actually does have some of the crystals. She's like, "Yeah, we're fine. Let's get out of here."
Yeah. As they prepare to leave, the Star Siblings say, "You know what? Your crazy magic inspired us."
No. That's after the cave-in. They get out the safety first.
No, so yeah, after the safety. But I was saying also we forgot that when she does have her temporary power boost. Swift went back on Etheria, who's
his horn glows.
Yeah, he starts having a little he's like sensing it.
I sensed her. She was back.
Yeah.
And then of course, after all of that, like when there's a moment of calm, the Star Siblings are like, "Hey, you know what? You had magic that inspired us. Let's join your rebellion."
Hell yeah.
And now that's I think those are like the only new characters who
for the season, I think. But yeah, they are going to go off and return to planets and try to build a resistance against Horde Prime.
And
Bo and Glimmer finally do get their official conversation to make up with each other. At this point.
Yeah, which was Glimmer being like, "Hey, look, I get it.
Up.
You're allowed.
Yeah,
I fucked up. I am sorry,
yeah.
but you have every right to be upset with me. So I'm not going anywhere. Whenever you want to talk, I'm gonna give you your space, and we can talk." And of course, Bo's just like, "All right,
yeah, we'll work on it.
Okay, we'll work on this," and everyone's like, "Yay!"
But then Adora's just like, "You know what? We're going back. We're gonna save Catra."
And then everyone said no.
No, we're gonna do it. We're all gonna go back and we're gonna rescue her because we cannot leave her behind.
Yep.
And that
best friend style.
Yeah,
best friend squad style. But there's a new warm up for us to say best friend squad style.
Best friend squad style.
But yep, that is where the episode ends.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not dying. I'm gonna go that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Look. It's clear that if you were in this show, you would be on Etheria right now, not dealing with this bullshit.
But
yeah, because I'd be like, that's not my issue.
Yeah.
That sounds like a not my problem here. Yep. Gets out the list. Yep. It's just a blank piece of paper. Yep. That is definitely on my not my problem list.
That is not my problem. I'm here to save my hometown, not die, try to get someone back. That's not on my list, okay?
Yeah.
I will only do it if it wasn't trapped up.
I like that. We had a full discussion about Glimmer fucking up entirely last season and Bo not forgiving her. I do like that, like a mature, competent, normal character, she does at the end of this own up to her actions, admit she fucked up, does ask to be forgiven, but also knows that she's going to work to get forgiven for what she has done in the past. Which is like the most explicit, like...
Yeah, that's like
trying to
proud
do
of
good.
her,
Yeah.
but I still would be like, no.
I gotta give her a chance.
No.
She saved the whole group this episode.
No. She's supposed to be the queen. She's not acting like the queen.
Yeah, no, she's a shitty queen, of course. But
she's acting like a bratty princess. Oh yeah, like she has been this entire time.
I know. That's why I'd be like, no.
Nah, but yeah. Either way, it was good to finally see at least her, being mature for a change, and now. All of this is happening, and now Catra gets to get saved.
Yeah, I do like. Yeah, this is a fun episode. It was also like a pretty much like a fillery episode. I'm just getting feel for this ship, but like.
Well, I mean, fillery, yes, but it was all just Glimmer has to actually feel the weight of her choices.
Oh no, they decided to address, like we said, the issues of last season of her being shitty. I'm still older. And her address the issues of her being shitty from last season, but also in an interesting enough way that they give her an out. The Star Siblings
that still doesn't give her an out.
Of course not. But there's no time in this episode for anyone to be given any time to give a full. we're gonna have like a full like hour-long discussion about redemption arcs at the end of this half of the season.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
But in the terms of just for now, I do like that she addressed it. I do like that she apologized
Oh, yeah.
in an attempt to get forgiven.
Right, yeah.
Bo
But at
is
the
the
same
most,
time,
like-
I just don't think she
Yeah, of
understands the full weight of
The
what
full
she's
implication.
done.
Well, yeah, this is all everything happening right now is like entirely her fault. But but like she's making an attempt. I do love that Adora still is beginning to get her powers back. The Star siblings were interesting because I know in the original 80s She-Ra they were the Star sisters, and so people were saying that this might be the fact that one of them was male presenting. This might be a subtle trans reference, which would be nice. And it's just like they're fun they're really coolly interesting designed characters. I love that the one sister with the bionicle arms was like just like Light Hope is very much based on Grace Jones, the model and actress, which is very cool. I love all their aesthetic. It was very fucking fun. And also the people meant was it a continuity error that the Star siblings were mentioned during Princess Prom way back in season 1, but they were like a weird alien group that they met now that they're out of space.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
Yeah,
But don't worry about it. They wanted to introduce some
questions for later. Questions for now for later.
It could
Yeah.
just be glamour.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they're supposed to be these alien people, it could be a glamour that they're putting on.
No, they're talking about a potential continuity error.
Oh, still.
Yeah, no, that they were mentioned during Princess Prom, the Star siblings, like when they were talking about seating for everybody. But this group of people are technically extraterrestrial outside of Despondos, so they shouldn't have been there way back in season 1. But they're just like, they're characters that he wanted to mention as like a little Easter egg, so it's fine. It's a negligible,
probably.
it's a negligible continuity thing, but who cares? Like I said, these characters are very much in a filler episode, and they do not come back, so it's completely irrelevant. But
well, I mean, they do show up every now.
Oh
and
yeah,
then,
we can get a clip
but-
of them. What's happening?
Yeah, but yeah, they as for important arcs, that this was like their only episode.
Yeah.
And speaking of arcs,
Oh wait, before that, either Ben or Kaylee, do you mind turning that fan to rotating because I am burning up?
here I got. Yeah.
Oh no, I meant like rotate mode.
No, here, like this.
Either one's fine.
Keep
Yeah,
filling
while
the
we
air,
adjust that,
fill in the air.
while he's adjusting the fan, I'm not gonna start the next episode. Freaking everyone's great. Star siblings have an amazing aesthetic. I would love to see more of them.
Yeah, it's like it would have been nice, but nope, nah. They just they're here and now they're gone.
Yeah.
Like an angel's kiss.
Yeah, but now they are gone, and now it is time for
Episode
5.
Yeah, episode 5. Yeah, okay, episode 5. Save the cat.
Now, before we get into this episode, I want to say that this is probably my favorite episode of season 5. Like, top to bottom, I fucking love this episode. But yeah, let's fucking get started. The episode begins with a very Star Wars-esque, we're gonna fucking land on their ship, and we're gonna do the old prisoner gag.
Yep, the old prisoner gag.
Yeah, they are going to land Mara's ship in Prime's ship, and they are going to figure out how to rescue. They're going to do like a split team thing like they usually do. Adora's going to give herself up, while the rest of the team are going to try to infiltrate and find out what are their plans.
Oh, they want to see A, where Catra is, and B, where the server room was, so they can get information on Hordak's weakness.
Yep, they're going to try to find the radio.
Yeah, Horde Prime's weakness.
Horde
I'm
Prime.
sorry. Look, Hordak, Horde Prime, they're both the same.
Yeah, but then we see that they're in
Hordak
communication
is
with
better.
little radio things that they're doing to communicate with
Yeah,
each other.
they have like the little. They have their earbuds in.
Yeah, and Trapdo's going to try to attack the computer, or hack the computer by attacking him with electronic whip.
Which is funny because when they find the room, and Trapdo's like, oh, and like 2 of the clones are like, eh.
Yeah, she's really horned up for these clones.
Well, for the technology, including the clones.
Yeah, of course.
What?
Eh.
Let's see. Oh, they find but inside of one of the computer rooms, they do find a like hooked up Hordak clone, and they're like, "Oh my god, is this ours?" And she kind of
we're jumping way too much because
that happens early on in the episode.
Because before they even find the server room, as they're planning, we do see Adora actually encountering Horde Prime.
Oh, Horde Prime. Yeah, she's brought to Horde Prime in the giant throne. He gives her his cult speech.
Oh, yeah, well, sorry. He's literally hooked up to getting that green goo in him. He's just like, oh, sorry for this unseemly sight.
Yeah, he's getting his boost of the weird fluid, and he kind of talks to her, begins his crazy cult talk to her, but while the other team does encounter this other clone of Hordak.
Oh, yeah, while they're encountering, like, the other Hordak clone, which Entrapta's like, wait a minute, Are you Hordak? Here, holds up the old purple data chip.
Yeah.
Don't you remember me? And then he immediately attacks, and she's just like, well, that's off the list. And Bo's like, what list?
They all look the same to me.
Yeah, exactly. So funny.
But yeah, they do disconnect him, and instead of getting like powered down or anything, this clone does something. When I first saw this, I'm like, what the fuck? This is like, wait a minute. I'm not connected to the hive. How can I know what my brother sees? And he starts lamenting. I'm just sitting here like,
oh, I've come off from the glory of Horde Prime. Oh, it's just like crying and being really.
Someone didn't drink their Kool-Aid.
Yeah, exactly. It's so
their
funny.
green Kool-Aid. They didn't have their lime Jello.
Yeah, and they like when he attacked, they need to call him wrong Hordak.
Yeah, wrong Hordak.
Not Hordak.
Yeah. Wrong Hordak, not Hordak. It's just not Hordak, but it looks like him. But they're like, yeah, now we need to get out of here. We need to find the server room. And wrong Hordak's like, I know where the server room is.
Yeah, he's just
you guys are working for Horde Prime, yes?
Yeah,
we
sure.
are. Okay, good. Can you open this door? And Chapter's like, can you open this door? Bo looks at her like, what the fuck? She's just like, come on.
Well, we're gonna use them.
Yeah, right. And so he opens the door, and they start going to the server room.
Yeah.
We get more.
Adora in the throne room is like, hey, I'll bargain with you. You hand her over, we won't destroy you with the Heart of Etheria. And he's just like, oh, the Heart of Etheria, huh? Well, if I had a weapon like that, I would have used it already, so obviously you're bluffing.
Yeah,
also,
so obviously you're bluffing.
I know that you're all here for some kind of stupid plan.
And also, by the way, he starts expositioning about the actual first ones and how he murdered them.
Yeah, he's also mentioned that he is centuries old, and he's defeated the first ones on multiple counts. Yeah, he's very, very, very old, we find out.
Yep, and as he's doing his bad guy speech...
But you're so old.
You're so old.
Yeah.
Sassy Satan. I almost said Satan. I mean, he is. I meant Sultan. Sassy Sultan.
Sassy Satan.
Sassy Satan.
I mean, isn't that just what Double Trouble is?
Sassy Satan.
Yeah.
Anyway, after that...
He gives his speech about how he's going to fix the world and he's destroyed the first one. And she's like, oh, and you're a first one, aren't you? Oh, he knows that she's the first one. And this is when finally he does the reveal, saying, how about a counter plan? And reveals mind-controlled Catra.
Yep, it does actually show her backside, where you actually see, like, on the back of her neck is something.
And we get a very robotic, hello, Adora. It's just like, It's subverted and I love it. This is also fucking, the aesthetic of the mind-controlled slick back short hair Catra is so fucking cool.
Okay, so here.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite one.
Counterplan. You give yourself up, and I'll free her.
Yeah, and she's saying absolutely not. He's like, okay, well, she just let her go, and he kind of like, well, how about you deal with her? And then she kind of sets the mind controlled Catra to fight Adora, and it's such a fucking cool scene of her being so like weird and mind controlled and like limp and crazy and evil. Also, she like got a big giant smile on her face while she's being like all crazy and manipulative to Adora. Very much playing on their relationship. It's like so manipulative.
Don't worry, I know you hurt me, but Horde Prime showed me the light.
Yeah, and she gives her a hug with her crazy John, like, let's see, like I'm not upset anymore, everything's fine, everything's peaceful. It's
stabs her again.
Yeah, it's such an insane thing. Like she's like, trying to hug her and trying to communicate with her, but she's just like completely out of it, being like manipulating it. It's so fucking fascinating.
Meanwhile, we do get to the server room, and fucking Entrapta finds out that it's all connected to a hive mind. So the difficulty of this is going to be speak English. This is going to take longer.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Glimmer actually finds them and is like, hey, I can't find Catra. We got a book. Well, I can't. I'm trying to find here. I know how we can hurt him. Gets everyone away and just fucking stabs.
Yeah.
Guess what we can do? Destroy it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And in the middle of the fight between the mind-controlled Catra and Adora, this is when they stab the machine, it does disconnect her connection to it for a second, and she does try to tell her, like, please, just, like, leave me behind. What are you doing here, Adora?
I'm not important, Adora.
Yeah, I'm not worth saving. Just leave me here. And she refuses to let her do that, but then the machine comes back online. She gets mind-controlled again, and then like Horde possessing her is just like, okay, fine, and throws Catra's body over the fucking railing to kill her. And she does fall and like crash, and I think presumably like possibly actually dead. I'm not sure.
I mean, Adora's not dead because she.
No, not Adora. She threw Catra's body. She dives to try to save her.
Yeah, right. I'm just saying. Well, because they're both on the same. They fell from the same height.
Yeah.
Adora's not dead. But she sees no, stay with me, Catra, and Catra actually winces a little bit, but then like wakes back up with the actually no, she just is wincing because she's just
she's alive. She's like, oh my god, but
then all the other clones appear, and one of them, controlled by Horde Prime, is just like, so are you ready to cooperate? And then She-Ra powers activate.
Yeah, she finally gets her new She-Ra form, which I saw in the review thing I saw, showed that it has aspects of all the characters in her new outfit. Her heels have Glimmer's little wings that she has on her back. Her chest has the heart of Bo's design on it. And then her main headpiece is literally Catra's tiara. Yep. And also, she's just also, I love this fucking design. This She-Ra redesign I fucking love to death. And I based my Adeptus Sororitas Warhammer army. I painted them with this aesthetic of this She-Ra because I fucking love it so goddamn much. I really, really fucking love this new design.
But yeah, she goes up, she kicks ass, takes names, makes sure Horde Prime knows after killing another clone, and of course Horde Prime is not happy.
Yeah. Also, she has a cool the damsel fucking album cover pose with the knocked out Catra, and she's just like, no, you miscalculated. I'm out of here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because earlier he was like, you've miscalculated, but this time she's like, you miscalculated.
Yeah, fuck you, and she fucking just comes
Uno reverse!
Yeah, reverse. She sword whips her way through all these fucking people and gets back to the ship. After Entrapta,
they're still trying to run out, but Entrapta's like, hey, I know I'm not supposed to do anything with the ship, but hey, Entrapta, you get us out of here, you can do whatever you want with the ship.
Shrimp?
Yeah, with the shrimp. Yes, with the shrimp, the ship. And all of a sudden, she's like, awesome! Gets on a communicator. Hey, Darla, get over here! Darla literally flies into it's like, holy shit.
Yeah, crashes into the thing and they all get in with the injured. Oh, she also uses her new restored She-Ra powers to heal Catra to another point. When they do escape onto the ship, and when they are finally out of the Horde Prime's vehicle, they flying off, Catra does come back and sees Adora. And then we finally get our
actual, kind of weakened because she just woke up from getting hurt. Hey, Adora. And then they hug. There's tears in their eyes.
Tears in our eyes, too, from their adorable little reunion.
Meanwhile, back on... Oh, my God. I actually forgot. I actually looked up the name of Horde Prime ship. You ready?
Yeah.
You want to know what it's called?
Yeah. The
Velvet Glove. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Hell yeah.
Now, when I hear that, all my mind goes to is fucking Curly's glove from Mouse and Men. Now, if you know the reference...
Hold on. Because
it's gross.
I hate you because I actually know
what you're talking about. He keeps Vaseline in the glove.
Yeah, stop it. Anyway, we see one of the clones pick up the data crystal and just seems to realize what it is, and all he says is Entrapta? And we find out that yes, the other Hordak didn't.
Hordak.
Yeah,
the actual
Hordak just apparently, I guess it didn't work.
Or no, they can still recover from. Else he was. It's a well good. Oh, now we can get into it.
Episode 10.
Yeah, that's the end of the episode. I'm assuming for their Hordak, it's just because he was disconnected for so long and was reintegrated through the hive mind that he can. But we're gonna find out later that there is you can get out of the mind control if you're remembered of other stuff. But there's some other mechanics to it. But like I said, this is my favorite episode because A, we get the fucking fantastic She-Ra redesign. B,
yes, we do.
We get the coolest looking fucking Catra ever. I love the fucking cult white outfit, green eyes, slick back hair, evil her, mind control, cool look.
You mean cut hair?
Well,
because she has short hair now.
Yeah, but it's also slicked back.
It's
slick and you're right.
Shaved, yeah. It's super short and slick back like all the Horde clones' hair is. And she's just fucking weird mind control Catra the whole time. It's fucking fantastic. Looks really cool. But I love this episode because it's her finally going back and rescuing Catra after all the shit she's done, after all the forgiving and unforgiving that she's done for her. She's finally no, I need to fucking save her ass again because she did try to do good, and I don't want her to get tortured by fucking Horde Prime's weird ass. I fucking love this episode to death. It's so good.
It really
also,
is.
Wrong Hordak, the fucking goofiest motherfucker in the
whole
season.
No. Wrong Hordak.
I love not Hordak because he's just so childlike. He's like, I love everything.
Yeah, he's more of him in the next episode.
We'll get more later on that. It's just, wrong Hordak.
Yeah. What did you guys think of Catra's redesign at this point for the crazy?
I love the short hair on her. It just, and you're right, that evil aesthetic is just, they did such a good job because it was such a contrast to her usual design that it was just so apparent. Oh, hey, this is not the cat you're looking for.
This isn't the cat you're looking for. Move along.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
also,
yeah,
this is the first time we get like the most, even though like they said technically it's like possibly Horde Prime like fucking mind controlling her, manipulating her, but it's like the most flirty we ever see with her overtly to catch her to Adora when she's like trying to get her on the side.
Yeah.
Like, see, there's no pain, everything's happy, I'm not angry anymore. It's just like, oh god, it's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh god, who hit the cat too hard?
We know who. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I didn't hit hard. I just showed her the light of Horde Prime.
Also, it's fun. I think this is the most we've ever seen Horde Prime interacting with She-Ra directly when he is possessing Catra, and then like when she says no, fucking just like okay, he tries to kills Catra when Adora doesn't go with the plan, so like callously.
Okay, yeet.
Yeah, it's just fucked up. That's like one of the most villainous things we've seen in a while. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah, it got dark quickly.
Oh yeah, this is a very dark episode, but yeah, it's so fucking good. Also, Save the Cat, you get the reference?
No, I'm gonna say no.
Okay, it's like a screenwriting 101. There's a book called Save the Cat, which is for in any movie or script or whatever, when you want your audience to sympathize with the hero, you need to have them doing some like heroic thing at the beginning of the book. And the example is like, oh, you're meeting this character and they save a cat out of a tree, and so you know, oh, this guy's a good guy, they're kind and they care about people.
Going with like the old trope.
Yeah, it's just like any kind of like thing you do in a script or like a story or book to show, hey, the protagonist is a really good guy, and you should really like them. They like save the cat, and that's like the reference. But also, literally, I love it's a pun because they're literally saving Catra from Horde Prime. And it's
yeah. Okay. No. When you put it in that perspective, that
makes
makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
Which is funny because
Save her from a velvet tree.
Yeah, the velvet
from a velvet glove.
Yeah, from Curly's glove full of Vaseline.
Stop it! Stop that!
He keeps it soft for his lady.
Stop! Stop it! God damn!
The only reason I was like in my head because there's a movie.
What's the matter? You
Yeah.
don't like putting the lotion in the basket?
Yeah.
It's not even lotion. It's Vaseline.
It just somehow works.
It's somehow grosser.
Oh, okay. Sorry, the Vaseline in the basket.
I will put the Vaseline on your face.
Good thing there's no Vaseline here.
Yeah, well, the
You don't
velvet
know
glove.
that?
The velvet glove is appropriate because now
That would be kind of strange if you did that.
I can look for some. I don't know what Chris has. I can just find some.
Long story short, now it's time for Adora to keep her hand in a glove full of Vaseline for her lady. Now going on to the next episode.
Good night, everybody.
So long and thanks for all the fish.
So long and thank you for the fish. Anyway, we're just gonna go straight into episode 6 of season 5.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is this gonna be the last one or
No, we're gonna go up to 7. And you know why I'm deciding that?
6.
Because I am
What are you doing?
taking
Control. Very good.
There we go. We got there, guys.
I wanted Matt to say it
I'm
because
taking happy pills.
I'm taking
My Vaseline glove off.
a massive shit. Oh, I hate you so much. Oh no, Matt, what happens at the beginning of this episode? Matt, what happens at the beginning?
All right.
of the
And
episode?
Chapter's fixing Darla up with a universe Vaseline glove. Man, anyway.
Enough of the glove. We are not on the velvet glove. We're on Darla. We are writing Darla right now.
Okay.
That's why she could just have the rubber glove.
Yeah.
No, the velvet glove full of Vaseline.
Now we're at the rubber
A trap
glove.
that has her glove for the... Okay. Stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Well, and Chapter's fixing up Darla, and they, with the help of Wrong Hordak, just trying to be helpful. Helpful little goofy is. We see that Adora is trying to comfort sleeping Catra, who's still kind of just like, "Hey, Catra, I forgive you. I hope if you're okay." She's like pretending to be asleep because she doesn't want to talk to anybody because she's still fucked up from everything that happened. Bo is trying to find trying to see like, "Hey, how did you turn into She-Ra? We got to figure out how you did it. Like, that was, fucking really good.
Yeah, and of course, Adora's just like, I don't know.
Idea.
And of course, Glimmer's like,
Our
we'll figure it out. But yay, She-Ra's back. Yay, everything. And Bo's like driving.
Yeah, but he also says, okay, we're going to go at a slow speed because the ship is damaged after busting through that wall. So we need to really take it slow. But then they find out that they are being pursued by Horde Prime's robot ships.
Yep. Meanwhile, on Etheria,
Mike,
this part made me like, secondhand embarrassment. This part did.
We did get a quick scene of Adora finally talking to awake Catra, saying like, "Hey, we need to figure out what we're gonna do." It's just like, "Hey, leave me out of it. I don't want any help. I don't want to talk to you guys, and I don't want to help Entrapta because I've really fucked." Yeah. Also, she's like most worried about doesn't want to help Entrapta because she really fucked over Entrapta last time they were together. When she fucking knocked her out so she could try to destroy the world. And she's just like, come on, I don't need help, leave me alone. I'm just going to stay here and I'm just going to...
I'm going to sit here
But she says, find the nearest habitable planet, just drop me off. I don't want to be in your guys' life anymore, just fucking leave me alone. But on Etheria, we see Micah, Spinnerella, and Natasha, finally them getting some screen time.
Don't forget Frosta and the other ones are there
Frosta's there too, and I think is Swiftwind there or no? Yeah, Swiftwind's there.
Yes. Why wouldn't he be?
Yeah. They are fighting a bunch of Horde robots, and Micah's just like, hey, Frosta, you're doing great, kiddo. She's just like, oh, leave me alone, old man.
Leave me alone, old man. Why are you being so weird?
Yeah. And Spinnerella and Natasha are just kind of having a fun time saying, like, hey, he's like, hey, you two, how do I connect with children? Like, he's like, I think it's, well, obviously, it's very obviously, because young Frosta reminds him of the Glimmer he knew when he went away when she was still a little child. He's like, hey, how do I be a dad? I want to, raise a kid. And this Frosta's just like that. And the Frosta's just like, fuck you, I rule a kingdom. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
It's very, very
Bitch,
cool.
I own my own kingdom.
We get to see a lot of really cool uses of Spinnerella and Natasha's powers during this cool-ass fight. They do find... they're going to go to the Moth Village, is their plan. What was the name of the place they went to?
I forget.
The one where they had the big party. And like
Yeah, the one with the big party and everything like that.
Yeah, and they decide, okay, we're going to go to the village and make sure we're going to rescue them from the new Horde Prime gang. They go to the village and they see that it's kind of like abandoned. The big giant party hall from last season.
I mean, yeah, but they're there. It's just like it's.
There's kind of like sparsely, like not too many of them. Like
and they're all acting weird for some reason.
And they're like, we're gonna have a party. It's kind of like them just kind of like
we're going
not
to
doing
have
anything,
a party.
being weird. Yeah.
Not we're gonna have a party. It's we're going to have a party.
Yeah, and they're really weird and like zombified. Like, what the hell is going on, everybody? Stay on your toes. This is getting kind of weird. And then the villagers close them into the room and say, hey, you're our honored guests, and we're going to bring you guys to Horde Prime.
Yeah, we're going to bring you to the light of Horde Prime. It's like, God damn it!
Yeah, we find out that all their eyes start glowing. We find out they are actually all mind controlled.
By the way, during the party, Spinnerella, left for a little bit and came back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's kind of one.
But then, as that's happening,
yep.
Back on Darla.
Yep. The team sees that they are still being pursued, and they're also about to fly into an asteroid field.
And of course, Entrapta's like, oh, something inside must be setting off, our location. And of course, Adora, knowing that Catra still has the chip on her, is like, oh shit, yeah, I know who it is. Entrapta, you're coming with me. But and at this point, Bo has lost visuals.
Yeah,
because they're trying to go through the asteroid field. He's like, Bo, do your best to fly through. Entrapta, you're with me. And literally, they go to Adora goes to Catra's room, and Catra's like, I said I wanted to be why is she here? And Entrapta's this, hi, how's it going? This is like, wait, I said I didn't want to see her specifically. What do you? Oh, because you literally threw me on Beast Island, therefore to kill me. Nah, it's okay. Gets all of the tools out.
Yeah. and
of course Adora, because Adora and Catra, after the last time they visited, kind of had a bit of an argument, because Adora's like, I thought you would have changed, but it seems like you didn't. So Adora's like, you know what? After this,
we'll
we can put you on a planet or whatever. You don't have to see me again. And of course, Catra, being Catra, just grabs her hand like, please don't leave.
Yeah, we also, she begins to try to remove the chip, kind of working on it with all of her technology, and we see that Catra begins to get flashes of Horde Prime's plans.
And as that happens, she's like, Catra's like, hold on, don't take this off yet, because apparently it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
Not only can Horde Prime see me, but I can see him and his plans as well. And they're like, okay, what can you tell us? And that's when we find out that Horde Prime is
shipping everyone
on Etheria, just trying to assimilate rather than destroy.
Yeah, and we see that she is going to try and stop the ships.
Resistance is futile.
Yeah,
very
pretty much.
Borg, very Starro, as we were talking earlier. Very fucking Starro from Young Justice. Did we get to the Starro arc in that was season 4, right before 5?
Dude, yeah, what in Young Justice?
Yeah.
Dude, Starro was like 2 or 3.
Yeah,
like Starro was early.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, she does finally activate her She-Ra powers and does a really cool standing on the ship thing outside in space.
Yep, with her She-Ra powers, without a spacesuit.
Yeah, doing her crazy the anime sword slashes where like a big giant wave of energy is destroying all the ships.
All this while Entrapta is learning about the chip, how apparently the chip is connected to the neurological system of the host.
Yeah.
So she's doing a very delicate procedure.
And we also find out that when she activates her She-Ra powers back on Etheria, Swiftwind does like get his powers back.
And speaking of which, it also cuts to them on Etheria, where Micah goes to Frost and says, "Hey, you need to stop." And Frost is like, "Look, I don't need your protection." He's like, "I'm not protecting you. I'm protecting these guys because every single one of them is being controlled somehow, and they're innocent people. You're the most powerful of us right now. Mm-hmm. You need to actually be defending rather than attacking for fear we might actually accidentally kill some of these people."
Yeah, and also I think this might be one of the first times we get to see really cool powers of Micah's crazy magic that he has. And he learned from Shadow Weaver.
Yes.
And then of course, after that after that little discussion, Frosta actually is like, "Hey, get around me," and she actually does put an ice barrier up.
And she does finally. They do manage to get away from the village and not kill everybody there.
Oh right, because after Swiftwind gets that connection, he actually gets a power boost and just immediately knocks out everyone.
Yeah, there's a light beam that knocks them out. You a crazy light attack. Back on the ship, Catra does once again apologize to Entrapta for attempting to kill her so she could blow up the planet.
After the chip is finally removed, she's just like, "Hey, thanks, and I'm sorry." And Entrapta just pats her on the head with her hair. It's okay, I forgive you. Not just Entrapta being pushing it off, whatever. No, it's a genuine "Hey, it's okay, I forgive you" kind of thing. Yeah. So it's kind of heartwarming.
Oh, and also I forgot earlier on there was a little bit when Bo was flying the ship and they were trying to find out uses for a wrong Hordak. They did say that Glimmer was going to cook food for the group, make these weird little fucking meat buns or whatever for the gang, and she needed the wrong Hordak to help make them. And at the end of the episode, we do see that after they successfully destroy the bots and navigate the asteroid field, the gang is kind of chilling out, sitting together, eating the food together, and then a reluctant Catra comes out and says "Hey guys, get in here, join us."
That's the cool thing because there's no words. She says got the holding one arm thing and Glimmer and Bo just scoot opposite from each other come on, here's a seat, eat, drink, be merry.
Yeah.
And of course
these weird meat buns.
Yeah, these delicious meat buns that everyone
with dehydrated slaw in them.
Yeah, and also I wanted to say that this is when a very offhanded quick line earlier when she mentions the food. This is when Wrong Hordak mentions that the weird green sustenance that they all use
that green?
Is amniotic fluid.
Yeah. What is that exactly?
That is what's inside when a woman's pregnant.
It's in the.
Gotcha.
It's in the.
Gotcha.
What
okay.
the baby is in.
Yeah, it's what the baby sustains.
No wonder Glimmer was "We're not having that."
But also the fact that they're clones and it's organic, weird, weird baby fuel that they're in. It's nothing gross about it. That's the miracle of birth and cloning. How dare you? That's the miracle of birth and cloning.
So
nothing gross about it.
No, I don't think she would go on.
Horde Prime is technically a male and a female.
Yeah.
Hermaphrodite. Got it.
Pumping amniotic fluid into his clones of himself, so they can.
The term
so they don't need to eat.
is considered rude. You should say intersex.
Yeah.
Intersex. Got it. I actually did not know because.
Yeah. Why are you over there gasping in class?
Well, let's finish the episode first.
He can do it all.
Yeah, he literally made an army of himself. He made an army of baby clones. So he's incapable of anything.
As they're all having that, touching moment, back on Etheria, they're all walking "Hey, this is bad. This is happening."
But Micah and Frost are finally on good terms.
Frost is "Hey, look, Glimmer's glad to, have a dad like you," and of course Micah's "Yay, hug! Just stop being a tryhard."
Yeah.
And of course, Natasha's just like, hey, Spinny, don't worry, everything will be fine, you know. As long as we stick together, we'll be okay. And Spinnerella's like, yeah, you're right. And then her hair moves, and you see that she is chipped, and that is where the episode ends.
Dum, 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 dramatically for her. Yeah, that is the end of the episode. I love the mind control plan, because that's always a fun little gimmick when in like mystery stories like this. I love that Spinnerella, who was like fucking possessed off screen. I think did she like when she went off to the party for 1 second.
She left for a little bit, but then came back, and of course Natasha's like, hey, leaving the party, huh?
Yeah. And it was a very quick scene, but yeah, I like that they're already infiltrating the gang. I thought that the Micah and Frost and stuff was adorable, because it was very cute of him trying to be a dad, but her being like, you're a weird old man, leave me alone. It was very, very cute.
A weird old man? God.
I thought that dynamic was very adorable. I do love that the first person that Catra, beyond Glimmer and Adora, that she like had a chance to apologize to was the fucking oblivious and ever forgiving and trapped eye. So that was very easy for her to finally get that one over, because she's one of the people she most directly fucked over.
Yeah, and you know, she actually like apologized like sincerely.
Yeah.
Especially after all that shit that happened, and Catra didn't have to be like so gentle or anything. She could have been a dick.
Yeah, but also that's
that
like
thing.
probably once again her neurodivergentness. She was just like, okay, well they apologized, so I guess that's fine. It was very easy for her, which was very like, thank goodness, because
right.
Yeah, she's gonna have a long road ahead of us after this. But it was very nice for seeing her forgive him like that. I love the fucking wrong Hordak being a little goof in this episode. It's very funny.
Wrong Hordak! I love him so much.
Looks very delicious. But yeah, also, I was curious. So the next episode doesn't have much Adora or Catra in it. But do you want to start talking about like the redemption arc stuff now, or do you want to wait a little bit? Because she still has a lot of making up to do. In
let's
the next
make that a post episode
would be
thing.
best because
but like I say, because like the next episode, I don't think has either of them in it.
At the very beginning, it has, but yeah, after this next episode, or unless you want to end this episode now and make the next.
No, because I want the other one. We're gonna have a lot of like post series discussion for the last part.
We'll make. After this episode, then we'll have like our post-episode discussion.
Yeah, but okay, so this I love that last episode. It's a very cute one, but it was also just finally establishing what the actual fucking plan is for Etheria. But now we can go to a final episode of this recording,
episode 7 of season 5, which is one of it is probably my favorite season 5 episode. But yeah, episode 7. Perils of Peekaboo. Oh shit, they believe those rumors too.
Who didn't? I know I had fucking...
I believe the Peekaboo rumors.
Hell
and anyone else who played Pokemon believed in Peekaboo.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, which turns out was just a Meryl. Yeah, that was in Gen 2.
A very shitty Pokemon I've never ever had on my team. Fucking Gen 2 was so good.
Well, we start off on Darla, where we see Adora is like trying to focus in on like trying to do the Shira powers at will.
Yeah. Oh, this is the cutest thing in the fucking
planet. And then Glimmer and Bo walk in, are just like, "Hey, you almost had it," and she's like, "I need to concentrate." No, you should be able to do it while under distraction. Come on, you got this, Adora. Catra walks in. Hey, are we poking fun at Adora?
Yeah, leaps on her lap and starts like tickling her nose with her tail. Saying, "Yeah, Adora, concentrate."
Yeah, concentrate. And then
it's the cutest thing on the planet.
And then she starts doing it again, and she actually starts getting the Shira powers, and then all of a sudden, Entrapta and Wrong Hordak walk in. Hey, wonderful! I've almost got a good connection. Do you have to be here? Well, yeah, this is where we get the best signal. just everything going wrong for Adora is going wrong. Yeah. It's adorable. But then that's the only time we see them in this episode.
Oh yeah,
because we cut to the
best boy.
Yes, right. Best boy.
Yeah, best boy.
Yeah, best boy. No, you're right. No, you're right. We get Seahawk. He's back, and he's like, "All right, we have a plan to find out where Adora and them are."
Yeah. Also, they're going to go underground to try to figure out what's the plan, how to like counter Hordak's plans. They're going to need.
Yep. And it all starts with a prince, not a princess, a prince.
Yeah, the first ever prince in the series.
Yeah, right. Named Prince Peekaboo, who apparently has like this like, was it called Far Vision or something like that?
Yeah, Farsight. He can see into the future.
Yeah, he's got Farsight. That's what it is. So, but he is going to be in an enchanted underwater grotto soiree kind of thing.
Yeah. Also, was it like a plan they're going to send a message to Adora with him?
Entrapta wants to send a message.
Okay, yeah.
Because that's why she has like the thing.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's right. This is not the only time we see them.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Matt, what is this plan for this underwater soiree to get to Prince Peekaboo?
I don't remember. Was it Mista who decides that they need aliases to be stupid?
Yes. Like this is both of their plans.
Yeah.
Mista
His plan is to go to the underwater grotto, and she's like, okay, well, this is going to be a fucking cool ass noir adventure, motherfuckers, because we're all getting dolled up in our coolest fucking noir outfits.
That's right, because even Scorpia's like, it's not that I didn't understand the plan, but I don't understand the plan. Why are we dressed up like this? Like, Scorpia has, like, this really nice...
Yeah, they're all gonna have secret aliases.
She looks so cool in this episode.
Perfuma is, like, in, like, a nice green dress with, like, a hat.
Yeah, we see that Scorpia is gonna be Linda Doreen, which I think is a reference to her real name in the original series, possibly. I believe so, possibly. But yeah, Perfuma is gonna be Tara, which is funny. And then they say they're making their plan while Spinnerella, who is like kind of just spying on them, not knowing that she is already being mind controlled. She overhears the plan and like goes off and tries to communicate with somebody, but then Natasha's just like, hey, what's going on?
This first time is you see Natasha like doing something on the pad, and you just see Spinnerella like hug her from behind, like, hey, can I steal you away? Like, no, I'm kind of busy. Come on, no, I'm busy. Okay, starts walking away, like kind of like off-putish.
Yeah, she's like, what was that about?
And Natasha's like, Swiftwind, did she get mad at me?
Yeah.
Which throughout every time you see these two, that's never a thing. This is like the first time she's like, did she get mad at me? And Swiftwind's like, I don't know. Recently, she hasn't been feeling anything. And then it clicks. Natasha realizes, I forgot our anniversary. Today's our anniversary. Shit.
Yeah, it's very funny. And
starts running towards
chasing
her.
after, but she meets up with that random Minotaur background character.
That's later.
No, I think it's
it cuts.
It cuts between them going to the underground scene place.
Yeah, that's quite later on.
Yeah.
Because it cuts back to them going to the soiree. What did Seahawk say to the bouncer? I can't remember what he says.
I have no clue.
It's literally one of those like code things, like old spy code things, like the Raven calls at midnight or something like that. But it's like, I forget what he says.
I can't remember those songs.
But the bouncer just like accepts it, and they walk into the soiree, and it's a broom closet. It is a broom closet, and even Perfume was like, why are we in a broom closet? And Seahawk goes, haha, pulls a lever, and they go down an elevator.
Yeah. Opens
the doors, and they are in this really fancy looking nightclub. Like, we're talking like old nightclub, like with the jazz music and the actual tasteful kind of entertainment. Not the clubs of today. However, it was mentioned earlier before we got to this point that this place is full of all of the criminals.
Yeah, just like the other seaport that they went to way back when they first met Seahawk, I'm sure.
Only, obviously, this one's a little bit high class. Criminals.
Yeah, they're very funny. But then as they're kind of exploring around saying, hey, you guys try to find out some more information on Peekaboo, we're going to kind of split up.
We're split up and search for clues.
Yeah, almost immediately, freaking Seahawk runs into somebody wose boat he destroyed.
Right. And of course, he and Mermista hide behind the bar.
Yeah, it's like that guy over there. I destroyed his boat.
But as that's happening, Perfuma easily gets along with everyone.
She's very well.
She's very well, works super well with people, while Scorpia, the fount of kindness and happiness, is actually having a very difficult time. She had mentioned offhandedly that she is not good at these, and we find out that is very true. She seems to have like a bit of a self doubt.
Yeah, but also she's like very like open and, like we said before, very open and nice. But all these people are kind of like weird, shady, too cool for school criminal guys, and she's like trying to like ingratiate herself into various groups, and everyone's just gonna like, what the fuck is wrong with this weird freak? And it's just like very upsetting seeing her like so downtrodden. She does finally talk to, I was going to call her Tara because that's what she referred to as when they're undercover, but Perfuma and her kind of communicate like, hey, I need some help. He's like, no, you're confident, you're awesome, you're strong, you're the backbone of this whole team, or you're the muscle.
Yeah, well, and Scorpion's like, and Perfume was like, here, hold on a second. And they actually start doing a little dance.
Yeah, they
like the
actually
dancing. And she's like, okay, look, Scorpia, what do you like to do? Scorpion's like, well, I like singing, but I'm not very good. Catra said that I'm not good at it.
I think we also missed a part earlier when last episode or episode ago when Swiftwind and Scorpio were kind of communicating what they like to do and what their like interests are. She did mention that she loves singing. Way back then, it's just like, yeah, you two are
right.
incredible.
But yeah, she actually mentions it again, and Perfuma is like, look. You don't have to do it because you're good at it. You do it because you want to. You like it. Repeat after me. I can do this. Perfuma can do. No.
Yeah,
you say I, and then she's like, I can do it, and then she starts getting back to Scorpia.
Hell yeah. We also see more and more people who, after they kidnap...
so many people behind the bar.
Yeah, they keep kidnapping random people.
And then, of course, Mermista's like,
guy.
is there anyone else that you... And Seahawk's like, nope, we're good. Mermista gets up, looks, and then just goes back down. Wait a minute, I thought we were good. Let's go. And she goes, actually, there's someone I can't tolerate right now. What are you talking about? So there's this guy, I burnt his ship. What?
Yeah.
What? I just wanted to know what it was like.
And he's like, you
are everything I've ever wanted. Dude, don't look at me with those hard eyes.
Big giant hard eyes. I love Seahawk.
But then, of course...
we finally meet the ever gorgeous
that's right, because Perfuma and Scorpio are like, okay, look, we need to find out where Peekaboo is. And lights turn off, and you see the host of this party, who is Prince Peekaboo, just up here.
Yeah, he just kind of says like, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, I am Prince Peekaboo. Like, oh, you want to see my beautiful far side? And he's just like really showing off and being really...
Yeah, he's showing off,
awesome.
Being very, cool. And he's like, well, first off, we're going to get Swen out here to play you some piano. Yeah. And then, goes back, and, everyone's cheering. And then you see, some pink woman come out and then starts playing the piano. And Perfume was like, okay, I'm going to get Mermista and Seahawk. You don't take your eyes off of Prince Peekaboo. And Scorpia, darling Scorpia, sneaking up, even on stage. Hey, Peekaboo, are you there? Spotlight on her.
Yes.
And then, she has a bit of stage fright, which is, I don't blame her.
Of course.
And she starts singing weakly as Swen starts playing, and then she actually gets more confident.
Yeah,
after seeing Perfuma, of course, and then starts singing better about how she's a spy, doing spy thing. I'm sitting here, I'm everyone's just oh my god, Perfuma's you're singing, it's awesome, and everyone's into it except for the Swen.
Yeah,
Swen for some reason is sweating I'm playing, but what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then after
the song, and everyone's like, yeah,
everyone is all for it. Swen goes to the back, and it's like, yay, thank you so much. Goes in the back. Oh, Prince Peekaboo, there you are, wonderful. So
he's putting on makeup. Oh, what are you doing back here?
Hey, good set of pipes, darling. But I have to go out and perform. Wait, no, I need to use your farsight. I need to know about where my friends are. Yeah. Adora and them are doing so well. They're fighting with their sword and everything. Scorpius is in the back of her head. You can see she's okay, hold on a second.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Hey, you got your fun. So now let me go back to hold on. Haven't I seen you before? Oh, right. It was at Perfuma's something or other gathering. Yeah, Perfuma. She's quite aghast at you. Don't know Perfuma. Who are you really? He tries to run away, but gets stung.
Yeah.
The moment he gets stung, he falls down and turns into Swen. Then Catra, then Bo, then Glimmer, then everyone, and then you see it's double trouble. It's fucking double trouble.
Yeah, hell yeah.
As they come to, you just see he's bound. It's oh no, you caught me again.
Yeah, Perfume bounds them up, and it's very fucking funny.
Wonderful.
They question what Double Trouble's been up to, and they say that they escaped the Horde.
After everything happened with Kitten, he went to be a clone. And you see all the clones except for one with actual eyes.
Yeah,
and that was boring. The clone just. So I decided to do this whole shindig. why not be, Prince Peekaboo, a hidden figure that nobody knows anything about? I mean, why wouldn't I? Come on.
Yeah.
They are completely...
Nicknamed the Hermit for a reason.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. It's so fucking funny. Double Trouble reveals that, I've been performing, but all these chip people here are really real drag.
Yeah, about half of them are already chipped.
Yep.
And they're like, uh-oh, this is bad. And Double Trouble's like, yeah, oh, and by the way, your friends in outer space, Horde Prime knows about them. He's mad, and he's got a blockade waiting for them.
Yep.
They're not going to make it.
This is when we cut to Natasha and Spinnerella, finally.
Yep, and this is when she talks to that weird Minotaur. Oh.
No, this is when they reveal, I think, where they actually fight, right?
Well, first, it's like she's following her. Natasha's following Spinnerella, sees that she's talking to someone else, then the eyes turn and you see the green glowing eyes.
Yeah.
So Natasha knows what's going on now. And then she follows more and more, and then all of a sudden, you're trying, being all cute, like, hey, babe, this and this and this. It's okay. It's okay, darling. Darling? Spinnerella never calls me that.
Yeah, and this is when they start fighting. She attacks them with Micah and Frosta.
They start fighting, and then you find out that Micah is chipped as well, but Frosta and Swiftwind are still okay. And then of course, as there's more fighting, Natasha gets taken by Frosta and Swiftwind and fly away because she
also she traps the attackers in her net powers.
Yep. And this part killed me. As they're flying away, you see Natasha just turn around and be like, "Happy anniversary." I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's so sad.
But then we go back to where we see Mermista.
They're still questioning Double Trouble, and Mermista comes up behind him saying, "Hey, Mermista, we're trying to figure out what they know."
And she's silent.
Yeah.
Like, Mermista's quiet. But then you see the back of her neck, and she's chipped too.
Yep, she is also under control.
And, so Mermista starts breaking the glass above them since they are underwater, mind you.
And they start like, oh shit, we're all gonna die. So they rush to the stage, and they reveal that, now I think everyone in the club is
and then, at this point, everyone is chipped in the club except for our friends, Mermista not included. And they're all trying to, back them up, back up, fight, and everything like that.
Yeah.
And, god damn it, fucking Double Trouble.
I love
help can't. No, seriously, help me with my hand. I need to point it into that. We need to go look to the heavens. Take me to the stage. No, seriously, take me to the stage.
Yeah, and the theater has many exits or whatever, lifting.
Yeah, Seahawk lifting his hands because Double Trouble's still limp from being
the theater has
many secrets. Pulls a rope beside a fucking elevator. Because I'm like, really, to the fucking end. This is why Double Trouble is the best.
Yeah, but also we see that this is when we get that crazy shot of saying we can't leave. Scorpius kind of holding everyone back. And they say, we can't leave Scorpio behind. And
Scorpio's like, dude, I'm the muscle, remember?
Yeah, then we get that fucking sexy Glimmer shot of her muscly ass back. And it's just like, hell yeah.
She's like,
and then Magic kind of blanks out for the rest of the episode. I don't know what happens.
But of course, she's like, hey, don't worry. I got this. I can save them. You gotta go. And Perfume was like, no. Uses Vine's like, no, you're coming with. And she's like, dude, relax, I got this. Snips them, so she falls back. They go up the elevator, and then she does this big old lightning attack.
Yeah.
And then we go back to Darla, actually. This is the second time and final time in this episode we see them.
They finally get gets communications with the rebels, and they say, don't come. And
Perfume was the one who answers.
Yep, they're prepared for you with a blockade, and everyone is goddamn chipped.
Yep. Yeah, the rebellion has been compromised because some of the friends have been chipped too.
Yeah.
And that's actually where the episode ends.
Yep, the episode ends with half the good guys freaking captured by the villains and things looking bleak as hell. Oof.
Oh.
That ending.
Yeah, that ending to this.
Now, I was going to say, Scorpia's design and the makeup and everything in this episode, I know none of you guys follow wrestling, correct?
Wrestling?
Yeah. Rhea Ripley. Go Google her. She looks like that. She's perfect fucking, looks exactly like Scorpio, especially with her her current evil arc. She is so fucking, I love her to death. She's an amazing wrestler to follow. But I love everyone's cool noir outfits, their crazy black lipstick, and their cool hanging out in the soiree thing. It was so fucking fascinating. Also, I love that this is kind of a crazy send up for Scorpio, who does not get enough screen time during the season.
Oh.
just to get to see
She
her
was
being-
looking on point in that dress.
I know, she was fucking so cool. I fucking love her to death.
She looked fantastic.
She
They
was
all
holding
look
up- Also, yeah, we had
fantastic.
fun to get to see her using her lightning powers again to try to hold off all these fucking zombified sea people. Her cute little...
Zombified.
Well, just starrowed.
Manipulated.
But yeah, I love everything about it, because also the reveal with Natasha, I was like so confused about the Natasha thing. I was like, I completely forgot because I watched the episode separately. When like she's off in meeting, I'm like, is this like a weird like fucking cheating subplot they're randomly throwing in here? They're meeting with that like random Minotaur woman that they was in the background.
Fortunately, it did not turn out that way.
No, yeah, but she's so fantastic.
Was that the picture of her?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's fucking fantastic.
I see how that is.
But no, it's like, I fucking love this episode. It's very, very cute.
Oh my god!
Also,
it was
seeing
great.
Double Trouble back, because Double Trouble, the fact that they stole season 4 from like everyone in the entire cast being introduced in that season, they were so fucking good in this episode.
Isn't this like the only time we see Double Trouble in this?
We see a quick clip of them at the end of the season.
Yeah, but they were literally like, this was like their biggest scene, kind of like the Star siblings.
Yeah, but it's so fucking fun to have them
Oh
back.
my god!
And also they're again very, very funny this whole episode, being super dramatic theater kid.
Fucking
energy.
right.
Fucking love
Even
Trouble.
when limped because of being fucking paralyzed by the stage.
It's
Like,
secrets. It's such. I love that fucking line. That was so fucking funny. Also, more Seahawk being fucking the most adorable dude in the fucking series.
yeah,
He's fucking adorable as hell.
He was one that got away, right?
Yeah,
That's right. He was the one carrying. He was the one carrying Double Trap.
he stays unpossessed like the entire season. So
That's good. That's good. So he's he's one of the ones who.
We're not robbed of Jordan Fisher's beautiful voice. Oh, I fucking love it.
But yeah, oh my goodness, just
and also I wanted to do this episode because like this is kind of like the fucking lowest point. Everyone, half the people are trapped in their blockade. They don't know how they're gonna get back. Everything's fucked up, and this is where we're gonna end episode 52.
Yeah, 52.
Oof, God,
that was an emotional train ride.
I fucking loved this episode to death.
Like I said, this one right here, the one we just talked about, is my favorite season 5 episode.
Okay, yeah.
Because first off, Double Trouble. How can you top Double Trouble?
Yeah, Scorpia.
Scorpia singing.
Yeah,
Scorpia, obviously the highlight of this episode because she actually overcame herself. But God, she has a good singing voice.
Of course, yeah, the actress is amazing.
Finally, we get a little bit of something between Perfume and Scorpia.
Yeah, well, that was actually when she first popped up back with the group.
Yeah,
they kind of got a little bit of that, but yeah, this is when we finally expound on their relationship more too.
And just Seahawking Gang, just being Seahawking Gang.
Yeah, I mean, every time Seahawk's on screen, I'm fucking smiling through the ear.
Absolutely, because it's Seahawk. How can you not?
Yeah. Oh god, fantastic part 1. This is like before shit pops off for the rest of the season. Finally getting some Natasha and Spinnerella. I fucking very much enjoyed it. This first half is very interesting. It's not as dramatic, I don't think, as the other first parts have been, but it's still fucking very, very good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it didn't start off very, but it did end up that way.
Yeah. And not to rush things off in this 2-hour episode already, our fucking average these days. I'm ready to wrap it up so we can get started on the final part.
Do you want to do,
we would probably end up just saving it for the next part. Because, like I said, the next part we're only doing 6 episodes, but also we're gonna have a lot of like post-series discussion anyway.
This is true.
And I was worried we weren't gonna hit the 2-hour mark anyway for this one, but we did. So I'm good with saving it for next. So sorry, everyone, we got to blue balls you for a couple of weeks while we enjoy the other series, which we'll enjoy when we get the plugs.
Guys, just don't worry. Just have your velvet gloves of Vaseline for your man or woman.
Take a lesson from Curly.
But yeah, just stay tuned. We'll be back in a few weeks for part 2 of this series finale.
Yeah, the series finale of She-Ra.
Of She-Ra, specifically.
Power.
Yeah.
Now, dude, we want to get started on plugs. Tara and Kaylee, got any plugs?
Just my own personal website, artoftaranester.com. Tara spelled Tara, Nestor Nester. If you want to take a look at some of my stuff, when I am potentially working on a children's book with someone, so at some point some of the concept art might end up on there. Cool.
Kaylee, shameless plugs?
Also my website. You can find me at mlwetzel.wixsite.com/mlwetzelart.
Cool.
Hell yeah, check out our stuff.
Ben, what's your shameless plugs? Matt, what's your shameless plugs?
He's working on projects, hopefully. We'll get around to it. Take your time. We still got to collab on other shit, too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I guess, I don't know. Matthew Lewis Podcast on Twitter. Matthew Lewis Podcast on Patreon. Matthew Lewis Podcast, Gmail for emails. Matthew Lewis Podcast, YouTube. Did I say Patreon already?
No, yeah.
Matthew Lewis Podcast on Patreon. ML Podcast on Letterboxd, which is a new thing I have now. Fucking check out this old episodes of Action Toon Bros. The RSS feed should be up someday for this and Forgotten Minotaur King. Check out my free podcast for the audio for the book I did. The physical book. Buy it on Amazon.com. Beautiful cover art by Tara Nestor. Then also fucking check out fucking Action Toon Bros old episodes. I already said it, right? Old episodes of Action Toon Bros. Check that shit out.
You already did, but you forgot your other shows.
Oh yeah, Perna and Mars coming soon. I still haven't posted it. I've mentioned it for weeks now, but soon I'll start posting that when I get a chance to start working on the other episodes of that. Check out all the old stuff. Fucking.
What about your other shows? Like movie
Twitch.
Garbage.
I said movie garbage, right?
No.
I swear I said movie
No,
garbage.
you said
well,
Action
check out
Toon
movie
Bros.
garbage. Also, too many podcasts I have.
And you said you have a Twitch?
Yeah, Matthew's podcast on Twitch. Who could go figure? Yeah, go check that shit out. Rate and review, spread it online. Fucking do it. It's awesome. And fucking She-Ra and the Princess of Power is fucking great. Join us for the series finale and our announcement of our next follow-up series as soon as we can. Anyway, from here, from the Action Toon Bros.
Yeah. Episode done. Yeah, wrap it up. Good night, everybody. But from us here at Action Toon Bros, keep it sleazy.